So I will give a... Okay, sounds like we are live, everybody. Dangodofthunder here, and I have with me Tyler with Something Classic, who, Something Classic are the developers of Shadows of Adam, so, it's not quite having Scav and his daughter up, but, you know, we got close.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Tyler. Should be a fun night tonight.
Okay, I just want to make sure that everything's good with audio, that everyone in the chat can hear us. If there's anything weird with that before we start the game. Just making sure I see everybody in the chat. And hopefully we're running into no technical difficulties. Last thing we want for the finale is to run into that. So okay, Scav says we are good. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and let's see. I'm going to 3, 2, 1 it verbally, Scav, just so you know. So it's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Shadows of Adam. This is actually a pretty new game on the Nintendo Switch. It was released on Steam in 2017. Tyler, please correct me when I'm wrong. So this is... we're currently going through the intro right now. This is kind of... I would describe this, not saying that they would, I would describe this kind of as a love letter to SNES RPGs, made with the sensibilities of the folks who grew up with those in mind. Unlike some of the other games, this is casually maybe like a 15 to 20 hour experience. And it is made kind of the way they said it, and this is their words. It's an RPG for people with jobs.
Yep. Yeah, so basically if looking to get that 40-hour experience, but in a nice compact, like you said, 15, 20, 12 to 15 hour. And yeah, we're definitely big SNES RPG fans, so this is sort of our love letter, but we sort of try to modernize and streamline it. Maybe I should introduce myself. I'm Tyler. I'm actually the composer for this game and one of the project managers, and we're really excited to be a part of this. So if you guys have any questions in chat for me, just let me know.
Yeah, also for those of you who don't know who I am Dangodofthunder. I do a bunch of stuff, including this. This has kind of been my recent project, so hopefully I will do this game justice. My run is not the world record run. The world record is like a 3:02 held by DeWolf on the PC. And we cannot wait until he finally gets around to the Switch edition, which I'm convinced is faster. A lot of the same glitches are available. And unfortunately, we're burning through the text, so one of the main jobs for Tyler and the Something Classic crew, whenever they come in, is going to be to help tell us what is going on in the story, because, quite frankly, I have forgotten.
I was kind of joking to Dan. I was like, I hope I can remember the plot. But essentially, in the intro, your main protagonist, Kellen and Azrael, are just sort of descending into this viney tangle, and it's sort of got an air of mystery to it. So they're kind of trying to explore this and see what's going on in all of this.
So Dr. Cossack is asking, where can you get this? There are 2 ways to get it. You can get this on Steam, or you can get this through the Nintendo eShop. It's available on both of them for $15 United States or your local equivalent. I don't know how that works, actually. Maybe you should correct me on that one before I talk out of my ass.
Yeah, I think that's right, yes. Yeah, it's Steam. It's on Steam, like Dan had said, and Switch. The Switch version actually comes with the DLC and the base game, which is kind of a nice deal. $15 on Switch. And about like, if you bundle the DLC and main game on Steam, it's like maybe $15 and some change. So it's pretty much in there.
I'm actually getting really good crit luck right now. So we all know that the boss is going to screw me over incomprehensibly somehow. So, as this is a pretty new game, and the developers are very active with the speedrunning community, what there is anyhow. Actually, I'm going to do that.
There are 2 of us, guys. We're a thriving community now, but
3 of us. Alion is one.
That's true. And actually, there were a couple guys who ran the shorter version of the run, which is called Pirate Twist, which is basically about an hour long. It's equivalent to like the Kefka and Arsh kind of limp.
Or the Boogie Tent
really...
Earthbound.
Yeah, or Boogie Tent, yeah. Not exactly.
I was good at one of those 2 tournaments, and not the other.
Or the Paladin run, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a lot of those.
That was actually the first speedrun I ever learned, was the Paladin.
Nice. There's a kind of an equivalency here. It's kind of what we're trying to say.
That anyone is taking the time to learn this run, and there's been a lot of brainstorming. In fact, there was a major glitch discovered last night that Dan's going to utilize.
Hopefully.
Really...
we will hope I don't screw it up. But combat so far, in general, this game's combat is very quick. One of the really nice parts about this.
Yeah, it's designed to be quick and strategic. Not waste your time, but also not be...
I'm saving a lot of time here.
Don't jinx it, Dan.
So far, I know it's gonna be bad later on. Mismenued.
Oh, and Scavenger, no problem. I'm happy to be here, and hopefully can raise some more money. I think, Dan, wasn't there an incentive we could meet if we did a little bit?
Yeah, so, I don't know if Scav had mentioned it at all, but if we had gotten to 2,100... I was getting some very bad luck in practice that I hadn't seen before. So this is the little glowing lights are our save points.
You want to do a safety save before the boss?
Yes.
It can be a little...
Believe it or not, this is actually one of the worst bosses in the game. Some of the bosses can just cause a lot of time loss, and actually it turned out this wasn't a great section, because I do have my splits up. We'll see how bad the boss fight is. This is actually one of the few bosses in the game that's actually a threat to kill me. Yeah, thanks for reminding. My stream froze?
Oh, yeah, your stream froze. I thought the game froze. I was kind of freaking out.
Mine isn't dropping anything.
Oh, there it goes. It's good now. I literally had a developer panic where I thought, oh my god, the game just crashed.
Oh, you would have heard me first, dude. You know that. You would have heard me say something.
That's true.
So, another cutscene here.
Alright, I guess that's my cue. So, actually, this cutscene's actually really interesting. We had been working on this game since 2013, and we redid our intro about early 2015 because the earlier first dungeon we had in the game was absolutely terrible. So we redid the whole thing, and this opening scene in the town was actually the prologue to the game. It was done before the cold open in the Tangle, but while testing it, I suggested to our story writer Luke that this would be moved as a flashback later, so that the pacing of the game would be nice and tight, because I'm a big fan of cold opens. I think it's like fun to get to play the game right out the bat if you can, like a FF7 or a Lufia, Chrono Cross. All those games that kind of open with cold opens, I think are a lot of fun. So I think it flows better.
Sorry,
there's a lot of story told in this game through flashbacks, so it kind of works well.
And it actually intersperses itself, so you're not stuck there. The only downside is you do have to mash through all the cutscenes.
Right, yeah.
I will go over that donation incentive again. I apologize for the stream freeze, everybody. This boss needs to die. So this is actually something that will change in the next patch. It's actually a difference between PC and Switch. This boss is actually significantly more difficult right now on the Switch version. Bedwa Blackburn with a donation. I don't know how much that was for. Scav, if you can put it in the chat. So the goal is to take out the roots first and then play very carefully. The problem is in this version, 100, that's low for cleave. You'll notice that lightning is going to do 53 damage every time, and chi wave is going to do 60 damage every time. It shouldn't. It does not do that on the PC version. That's actually something that's currently a little bit glitchy? Question mark? Oh, you know what? I didn't equip Flame Sword. That's not great.
Yeah, that was actually something I didn't notice. When we ported the Switch from the PC, we had to hire a third-party team that basically ported the entire game to Unity, and they did a wonderful job getting it very close to a 1-to-1. But little things like that, I noticed a lot of that, but that's what speedrunners are for. They just notice the difference between 60 and 63. That could be a turn. That could be 15 seconds. So the patch was actually just submitted this morning. So once it's out, hopefully this week, it will be nice and patched up. I'm actually just got to the boss battle. How's it going?
I haven't died yet.
That's good.
A little dicey.
It's actually
I'm gonna take this slow.
Yeah, there's actually even a riskier YOLO strat where if you focus fire the middle guy, when he dies, his henchman die. But it's really risky, actually.
Especially here where your damage output's lower.
Right.
For now. And actually, I just got whomped. And I had healed Kellen the turn before. So this is being played very slowly. On purpose, almost.
What's Curtis's basic attack in this?
40 something.
Yeah, right.
But he's usually just using Chi Wave until the very end. This is actually going to be the slowest I've had. But at least we'll get out of it. This is actually bar none the longest boss fight.
That's true. Towards the end, it kind of becomes absurd how fast you beat him. Okay. So it's funny because at the aforementioned original first dungeon, the boss was just literally called Slime Boss. Because the original scope for the game was like extremely retro throwback. And,
okay, we got through it. Didn't die. It was slow, but I didn't die. Sorry.
Oh, I'll pull up Dan's stream. That's a good idea. Sorry. Yeah, this might be actually quite behind. Let me see. Just pull up the chat. Pull up Dan's stream.
Yeah, because he's actually pulling my stream. So he's pulling my stream, and if you're watching it, you're watching him watch my stream, essentially.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. I'm in good shape.
So let me just interject here. We're going to miss out a little bit of the plot. The incentive, if we get to $2,160, which is a good logical number given Scav 216, there is a secret boss in this game, one of the super bosses that, well, I'll try to beat. I was having some good luck before. Practice did not go so well. But you know what? Heck with it. It's the finale. I'll have some time to kill, alright?
Yeah, probably couldn't guess what he is now, but about 6 minutes from now, you'll start saying some clues to maybe what it could be.
I think the first clue is going to be in about actually like 12. No, not 12, like 10.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because I get the move in question on the run up to Lorabeth's house. It's like the last fight before you get to Lorabeth.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. We've taken this game in many conferences, and the demo that we let people play is about an hour into the game. And said skill is being used copiously, and we get asked this question. Actually, I'm going to save the punchline for when you see it. But I think if you guys are any fans of SNES JRPGs, you guys might have the same question for us.
And the move does get used a lot. There is no way you will miss it.
Right, yeah. It's funny. I remember. I don't remember like having a discussion about putting that move in the game. I just remember like testing the game at one point, and it was in the game. I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
I mean, you have a martial artist,
right?
So it's kind of like it's not an illogical decision.
Sure.
Oh, right. By the way, I was actually looking at the player guide that you made or someone made. No, Jam, it is not me. That would be funny though. It'll make sense in a few minutes. I think you'll pick it up. But I was trying to think. Where was I? I was about to say something funny. Player's guide. You know how you have a list of like all the fun stuff that's in each town or like where to pick everything up? Mm-hmm. You forgot all the like the chests, like the stuff in like bookcases and stuff, right?
So you mean the juices?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what we did?
Did I just only look at one page and not look at the others?
Well, so
Did I do that again?
Tim decided to do it like there was a player's guide of Super Mario RPG, which had its own section where it listed all the secret question mark blocks you could find.
Really?
And so what we did was we just made one page that showed all the juice locations, but we just showed like a little screenshot. So we didn't like flat out tell you where it was, but we told you the area it was in, and we showed you a screenshot of you getting it.
And that's relevant because we're getting some stat up items: spinach, broccoli, carrot, and apple juice. Broccoli juice, really? Spinach juice? Come on. Are some of the items for stat ups. So we are basically ransacking the town. Oh god, I need to see that, dude. Scav, I didn't know that was a thing. We're buying some armor. That's actually going to be the only armor we get for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Everyone's got armor.
And you cooked the thorn circuit.
Yes. Yes, Dad, I did. Are you proud of me now?
I'm proud of you, Dan. You're going to see Dan, he's going to go out of his way to grab a lot of extra ethers, too. Ethers actually, you can buy them in the guild, but they're quite pricey. They're mostly found in the wild, and because of the unique AP system in our game, that was sort of the decision on our part to sort of make it so you couldn't buy ethers, that you had to sort of like play carefully with your AP and your AP regeneration. But in the speedrun, Dan's going to rely on a lot of ethers.
Yeah, we are going to burn through AP like crazy. The fourth character, Talon, who comes in at roughly the 45-minute mark, uses more AP than anybody. But the short version is that every turn, when a new turn comes in, JT coming in, and we are at 2,160.
Yay!
Nice, thanks, JT.
Yeah.
So not on the first turn, you don't gain any AP, but after your party and the enemies have all moved, you gain 15% AP. You can't have more than 100, and anytime a character gets a kill, they restore 5% AP. That's the very short version of how AP works in this game.
Yeah, that's basically it. And later on, he's going to use some artifacts, which increases AP pool.
So yeah, 100% is your default.
Right, exactly. And it never increases what levels up. But your skills scale throughout the game, so, your Kellen's first ability, that's 40, I think it's 45 AP to cast it. But he's going to be using that throughout the entire game. At some point, Kellen's going to be a pure on like support character. Early game, he's going to be using it a lot.
Yeah, so this is actually, like I said, this is a hell of a game. Like, yeah, I think I should be fine with that. Critical, yeah, I am definitely fine. So, we just got level 5 and we now have Suplex. No credit for guessing now.
Yep.
Retro World wants Square Enix to hire you guys for Mystic Quest 2.0.
That's great.
So you'll actually see me every so often. I'm going to intentionally not finish a fight in one turn, just so I can recover some more AP. Very late in the game, there is a very intentional point where I actually will, instead of fighting it quickly, I will actually do this very slowly, and it's a very dangerous fight because I'm stupid. It seems like every single run I do this. But just so I can grind some AP off of these enemies. Mysterious Jolteon coming in with a donation as well. Thank you, man. From the Smite community, helping out. See, Scav, high-res games aren't all bad. There are some good things that come out of it. Sorry, Tyler. That's me. I have to. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Thank you for helping us out.
Thank you, Retro, for that nice little remark. Yeah, Mystic Quest definitely was an influence on this game.
So this
with
is...
the battle view.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know if you want to talk about this for the next little bit. But there's not a lot of spells that you learn, but it's not really, like, for the same reason as Mystic Quest. Like, there's no, like, in certain... Where the heck am I going? Certain games where it's like, you have, like, Lightning 1, Lightning 2, Lightning 3. That doesn't really happen here, actually.
Yeah, that was an intentional design decision. I mean, being a 31-year-old man, growing up as a kid playing RPGs until 3 in the morning every night, I loved those games, and I had copious amounts of time. But so, looking back, some of those elements didn't age as well. I always like find it frustrating when I play new games now, where there's basically like 50 spells you have to learn and only 3 are used at the end. So in conjunction with the AP system, we designed a skill system where every skill was unique and useful and scaled throughout the game. That was definitely a design decision. The Mystic Quest homages are mainly just like how the monster encounters are approached, which is a little simplistic, but made it quite easy to balance the game. Because I knew I wanted the game to have a really tight balance, and being able to like sort of control how many enemies you fight sort of made that a little easier. Unfortunately, that means Dan's gonna have to fight a lot of battles in this game. But
yeah, there's no way to avoid encounters. So if there's an enemy in front of me, like it's either like there's really no way to avoid. The nice little thing though is that running is actually a free action.
Yeah, running is 100%.
So even though it says like, oh, you attempt to run, you cannot fail to run.
Right.
It's a lie.
Unless it's like a scripted battle or a boss. You can't run like in Chrono Cross for a boss, but yeah, that's exactly right.
Azrael might die. This is less than ideal. Yeah, she's dead.
Oh, she died?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little behind. Oh, swoop, yeah.
I think I can recover.
Alright, you got this. Oh,
okay, revive her, and she didn't miss experience. So actually, like, not missing, like, characters dying right now is bad. Especially Azrael.
Right, you want to rejuvenate for the win boss.
Yeah, we are on an extremely tight EXP schedule, and she will actually learn that on the last random encounter before we fight the win boss.
Right. Yeah, like almost like the skill routing when I was testing the game was almost done like a Mega Man style game where you learn the appropriate skill right before the boss you need it for. Like that was sort of a benefit of being able to like carefully place encounters and route the experience, etc. Almost like
I forgot carrot juice. Oh well.
Oh, it's not good.
So this is the first use of the suplex.
Yeah, so when we would go to conferences, people would play the game, they'd play this mini-boss that Dan's about to fight in this dungeon, which is a nice short and sweet boss, kind of gives a nice overview of the mechanics, and I would always be like, hey, maybe just use the suplex move, see how it feels. People would do it, and they'd be like overjoyed, and then the next question would be, well, can you suplex a train? And, so we'll just leave that question sort of floating in the ether and see what happens.
To be fair, we did meet the incentive, so we don't really have we don't have a real hard reason to deny this to people anymore.
Sure, it's true.
We did before, but now we're over the goal. It's thanks to some awesome folks.
Yeah. But actually, that was the most asked question we ever got, and the second most asked question was, "Is this game coming to the Switch?" And it wasn't until about 2018, after the game had been out for about a year, we were at MagFest having a great time here, and a lot of people were really enjoying the game. But they said, I don't really game on my PC. I'd love to play this handheld. So that's kind of got the wheels turning, and that I think a few months later, we started kind of getting in touch with the publisher and getting the process started. It took about a year to port this game over. I feel sorry for the porting team because I'm sure the code is just complete spaghetti. But I think that Dan and Dowolf know more about this game than I do sometimes. I think sometimes when I'm testing, I'll tag Dowolf and be like, "Hey Dowolf, how does this work again?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it does."
Oh, I just got 2 characters paralyzed.
Oh, shit. Game of the year, let's do it. We'll have to release the Shadows of Adam Game of the Year edition. And I'll just have that quote on the front.
It actually sounds official too, that's the best part.
Do you grab the Magician Rod in this run?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, probably makes sense.
It ups your damage to something vaguely tolerable.
Yeah. You don't grab the 1 gold there? Is that not part of the round? That was a joke. There's a chest and it has 1 gold. It's sort of a, what do you call it, a red herring, I guess? Because if you go past the trees, you'll find a secret chest. So it's kind of like us being like, you find that chest and you're like, oh, maybe I'll search more because this kind of sucks. That it just gave me 1 gold. Pretty sure Tim
I
did
just
that.
missed 2 out of 3 attacks. That's weird.
Oh,
Oh well.
no. Well, you make
The only
up for
thing
all
we're
those
losing
things.
is time. It's not like that's not at risk to kill me. We're good. And we have.
Actually, this is good because you're getting all your AP back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking to say. So I actually want to be at full HP, and if I can get Asriel to be full AP, that's also
You
good.
wanna put the staff on her?
Shoot.
Sorry, didn't.
No, I should have remembered.
Not trying to be your dad here, but
Anxiety, whatever. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. If I get a burn, we're fine.
yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely need it for the headhunter.
Shoot. Asriel just got hit.
Oh, man.
Nope, no burn.
That cleave did a lot of damage. 202.
That's about normal, I think.
Alright.
Yeah, Asriel's down to 14, and Poison would take her down. I don't know if it would take her out, but be close.
Yeah.
Closer than I want. Got a crit off the suplex.
Oh, that's always nice.
I don't think it could do that in the Steam version, by the way.
I think that's correct. So now that I'm noticing, like, I think, because we were talking about the bruiser stacking with suplex earlier.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that later when we get to
Yeah,
the bruiser.
I think when the Initory coded the game, they put all the basic physical attack attributes onto whatever suplex can do, so it can crit, it can stack it.
It misses.
It can miss. I think it could miss in the last game. Like if you were blinded, you could miss.
The thing is, I think I told you this. So when I was doing my first couple of speedruns, it was like half me speedrunning, and then half of it was like me being tech support for them for free. It's not even exaggeration.
Yeah,
One of the many things I noticed.
Yeah. Oh, should I be talking about the plot at all? Basically, this is a crazy witch lady, and she said you try to earlier in the level you try to go up this path, and the mist gets so thick you can't make it through. She says, "Oh, if you get me a mushroom, I'll make you a soup that will let you see through the mist."
And she's like, "I have a mushroom here," and then this little wraithling steals it, and I just spent the last 10 minutes chasing after that thing in a circle.
Yeah, the wraithling
Literally
is
a circle.
He's basically a glorified way to teach you how to jump over rocks. We had a big philosophy when we made this game is to avoid tutorials at all costs and just kind of show the player how to do stuff.
You push the directional button towards it.
Right, you literally see him run, and you're like, oh, well, let me try that. Because if I like this scene a lot because it's really reminiscent of
I like the touch of the red, orange, and pink sleeping bags. By the way.
Yeah, the tent's really nice. It's really reminiscent of the FF4 campfire scene with Tella and Rydia, and also obviously the Chrono Trigger, really famous Chrono Trigger scene, which is a classic.
Yeah, so this next boss is actually another spot that has killed more than my fair share of PB attempts. I think he's kinder on Switch, which is a code for "Please run me over today, thank you." That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, he's tough because he gets 2 attacks and he outspeeds you. So he's kind of the first boss that starts really teaching you that you have to kind of maintain forward aggression. You obviously have to play somewhat defensive to survive, but especially once you get to the swamp, I feel if you're playing super defensive in this game, it's going to be challenging.
Yeah. So the real thing here is Callan has a move now called Cheer Up, which you can use infinitely because it's 15 AP and you restore 15 AP at the end of every round. So there is no net loss as long as you can cast it initially. And you can either do that every round and then attack with Asriel and Curtis, or you could just go all out. And that's kind of the crux of what kills me.
Yeah, it's do you want to go YOLO or do you want to be safe? YOLO, I mean, how much time could you really save if you went YOLO? 15 seconds?
It depends on my luck. I would say Callan would do about easily a third of the damage, 600 HP or more.
Yeah, ideally the best fight would be
3 rounds. You could 3. I think you could 3-turn it.
Yeah, if you got a burn, and he didn't like do slashes or whatever the AOE move is. I can't remember. Is it
slash? Yeah.
Swipe?
Slash.
What a great name for a move.
How creative. What was the inspiration?
What was the inspiration? I was thinking like it's a sword, and what do swords do? And looked up in the thesaurus, like I had cut, and I looked up the thesaurus, and it had like slash and skewer, and it's like, oh, that's like 3 moves we can use in our game. Actually, to be completely honest, I believe Tim actually designed all the skills in our game. So
is that how we have? Is that we have extirpate and extirpator?
Yeah.
That's an item you don't see in this.
Man, I always thought it was extirpator. I don't actually know how to say words.
I don't either. I don't know how to English either.
Yes.
We're Americans. We don't know these things.
That's true. I can only speak American, to be honest, but no, bad joke. Yeah, so Tim actually was very pivotal in designing this battle system. So kudos to Tim. Did a great job. I sort of just swooped in and sort of made the balance feel good. Because I have a lot of free time and I just tested the game about 1,000,000 times.
And then DeWolf and I come in and we're like, yeah, so we noticed these things.
Right. No, it's great though.
And you're like, I hate you both.
This is Goro. We wanted to have like a Mortal Kombat tie-in since Mortal Kombat 11 was coming out. So they gave us permission to use Goro. Really, really grateful. Thank you to the Netherworld Studios or whatever they're called.
I think we should be good. I'm gonna YOLO it.
YOLO it, nice.
I mean, Kellen's down 30 HP, and everyone else is okay.
Yeah. We're not.
Kellen still has 64. We're good. Even if he double slashes me, we should be surviving it.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually some good rolls.
It is a marathon. Marathon luck. I'm gonna play safe.
Yeah. Man, if you can get that,
Of course, when I play it safe, nothing happens.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Yep. I think towards the end of the game, the strats are so incredibly overpowered that luck isn't as huge of a factor, though it is kind of, but there's a couple battles like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours in that are really kind of wacky. I think they're more fun casually. I hope they're fun casually, but I know for Dan and DeWolf, it can be quite frustrating because they can literally just throw all sorts of crap at you.
There is one recurring tertiary villain who was no threat to kill my run, but he is a threat to kill a PB attempt every time.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a minute 45 seconds behind my PB.
Yeah.
By that I mean a minute 45 yesterday's pace. But those 2 fights alone, if they just don't stonewall me incomprehensibly and turn the fight into like a more depressing version of Keystone Cops, that's all the time save and then some. Yeah.
The first iteration of them is pretty easy though, as long as you don't miss. I think what's the skinny one? Nick, tall skinny guy's Nick. Yeah, he has like a little higher speed, so his evasion's a little higher. But
oh, by the way, Scav, the guy to thank for the soundtrack is on the call with us.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's me. I wrote the music. Oh, thank you, Scavenger. It's so nice of you, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, by the way, both the final boss and the regular boss themes have been intermittently stuck in my head for the last week. By the way, this NPC can go die in a fire. Whoever thought that was a good idea to put... Yes!
Yeah, so funny thing is that,
What's her actual name? Pain in the ass?
That's funny. The funny thing was, in an earlier build on the game in Steam, that path was actually only 1 tile long. And I watched too many streams where people kept getting stonewalled by that NPC, and so we, like...
Moved the wall over a side?
Yeah.
By one thing?
It was, like, literally a 1 tile path, so... well, I appreciate that, Scavenger. Yeah, I have like really fond memories of writing the soundtrack to this game. I'm a musician by trade. I play trumpet. I have a day gig with the Navy band, and I've been a professional musician since like my 20s. Played a lot of gigs, lived in Nashville, etc., etc. But I've always been a composer. That's been really my main passion. I write a lot of jazz and pop stuff, but I've grown up playing video games, so like all that music's just sort of in my blood. And when we started this game in 2013, I was actually on the road with a band called the Mavericks. We were doing a 4-week tour through Canada, and I just bought a MacBook Pro, and I basically wrote like half the soundtrack on the tour bus. So like I can remember like lots of green rooms and tour buses, like when I was writing such tunes. Like I remember the boss theme I wrote in a green room somewhere in Toronto, and it's just like listening to Mystic Quest, trying to get that in my mind, and Final Fantasy VI, and just writing it.
So this part where I'm in right now, where I'm flying through all the dialogue with this guy, and it feels like you might have accidentally hit the button one too many times and restarted it all, but you didn't. This is all part of the DLC, and actually I did hit the button one too many times.
Oh, nice. Because
like Kellen repeats his dialogue. So you lost it? He repeats that.
Yeah. It's a little Japanese, to be honest. That's kind of like you see in a lot of localized games. I remember Xenogears did that a lot. Yeah, that's part of the DLC, as Dan said.
That's actually part of the... Yeah.
It comes with the DLC built in. We definitely wanted that because, the DLC was released like 7 months after the main game came out on Steam. So like late 2017, I believe October. It was actually a Kickstarter incentive, and we like seriously expanded it. Like it was literally just going to be this guild, and it was just going to be a few little minor things. And then we started working on it. And we added a boss here and there. We had another dungeon. We're like, man, this could be like a serious thing. So like, let's sell this and like make it a thing. And then turned out to be quite popular.
But we had 3 long dialogue conversations just to pick up an item called the Knight's Mane, which is going to be critical for the speedrun. On its own, it's 20 attack power, which right now, considering Curtis's attack power, I want to say is like 55 after I equipped the Iron Claw. That's a lot. That's actually going to be most of his offense. And we're picking up a max revive. Actually, I'm going to get that 100 gold too. Could you get out of my way, seriously?
The reliquaries are nice because they basically allow in the casual playthrough to equip 3 artifacts onto 1 reliquary, so you can sort of customize your build. And Dan will do a little bit of that.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Not as like in casual play. You could, when you really like spend time getting all the extra stuff, you can construct some really interesting artifacts. And I have a few fun combinations myself.
We are going to be doing one fun combination.
Yeah, it's pretty absurd. It's actually a glitch I found while testing the Switch version, like about a week before it came out. I said, this must be just in the Switch version, and told Dan about it. And then I was like, you know what, let me check the Steam version too. As I was explaining to Dan before the run started, we made this artifact called the Bruiser, which basically just, you spend AP to augment your attack. It's basically how magic attack works in FF9, or MP attack, sorry, and it apparently, well, I'll explain more when we get there, but the glitch is in Steam too, so and it invalidates a lot of in-game bosses.
So we are now meeting, well, without spoiling too much, we'll just say we're meeting the secondary villain of the game right now. So we had to sneak in to find the future 4th character. Infiltrating, sort of. And of course, because of great timing and all that, the secondary villain of the game decides to show up.
Yeah, so essentially you're looking for Talon, who grew up in the town of Adam with Azrael and Kellen, and he's kind of gone missing in this mystical tower. And everyone in town is sort of talking about this tower. It's full of magic, and people don't come back. He just happened to run into this prince guy called Malvo. He's obsessed with magic too, and he's going to get a little glimpse of it from Azzy, because she sort of can shoot lightning bolts out her fingers, which is pretty crazy for this world, for this setting. And he's quite intrigued by that.
He's I would say, with all the love and affection on the planet, he's a Kefka XP.
Yeah, definitely. I remember in the original draft of the script, it was literally just me and Josh, writing oh, wouldn't it be cool if like you go to this castle town and then you go to a wind tower and then you do a swamp? That was like our idea of a plot. Like we had when Luke joined the game, you know, he really fleshed it out, and he added this character called Malville. And I remember when we first got the first draft of the script, I was reading his dialogue, and I was like, man, this is gonna be great. Like,
oh, just as a pause, speaking of XBs, what I was mentioning, Lufia 2 is also another inspiration and influence.
yeah, definitely.
Birdie and Barty, or Birdie and Betty if you play the Curse of the Sinistrals on DS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These two characters right here, Zach and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Fun little factoid. Me and Josh, one of our programmers, we were part of the RPG making community in the early 2000s, back in our like teens, and we made a game called Last Legend, which was really terrible and you shouldn't play it. But there were characters named Zach and Nick, which I modeled after Sam and Eric from Lord of the Flies.
I just missed.
What'd you miss? Did you miss
Suplex?
Yeah, this guy's a little speedy.
That's the first time it's ever happened to me.
Oh, dang. But,
Keanu, thank you for the donation, by the way, man.
Sam and Eric were those two characters in Lord of the Flies, so I picked up Zach and Nick. Anyway, they're also
He's
just like
twice in a row?
Man, that's some bad luck, dude. Sorry. And he healed himself, huh? Come on, Curtis.
Not yet. For whatever reason, turn 1 usually does not get him into a position to do that.
But yeah, what are the two goons in Power Rangers? Vulcan Skull, something like that?
Oh god, Power Rangers, I don't remember, man.
Yeah, those two guys, Salt and Pepper, or Salt and Pepper.
That's Chrono Cross.
Yeah, like it's basically that trope.
I just remember from the haircuts, mostly.
Yeah,
so for the hair colors, it's Bernie and Marty.
So
not where I want to be, losing that much time. And he healed. No worries.
Yeah, this is kind of a... In the shorter version of the run, which is just done to the pirate battle, because of the money routing being not as tight, people just buy these items that do fixed damage and can never miss. And literally the battle is just throw 3 toxic bombs and you win.
We'll be doing that later.
Yeah, the pirate run is actually hilarious because that literally became what the run was. Let's just get nothing. Like, let's literally buy nothing and only buy grenades.
So we're actually going to be buying... So one little problem is that every time, now that we've seen the guild, every time you go to a save point, you can warp to the guild from there, which is both good and a total pain in the butt.
Right.
It's my favorite worst thing ever.
Right. Yeah, I think the hardest skip in this game is literally the the tutorial skip with the sneaking. I'm
not clumpy-footed, I swear.
Okay.
I'm just really bad at saving.
You've been good about that, actually. I don't think I've ever seen you do. I think Beowulf might have done the tutorial.
I know he has at one point. I think it was on one of his PBs.
Yes.
Years ago, before RPG Limit Break.
You know, I think he PB'd at or he world record at RPG Limit Break, but I think at that point...
No, he world record at RPG Limit Break.
Yeah, he did, and even then he had a lot of mistakes. I think at that point, like, he had optimized so many things in the run, he hadn't like really put a full run together. So even with like that skip, he like still got out world record. But that was really.
But yeah, I just want to say, if anyone, like I said, if like we were saying before, if anyone has questions regarding this game, I know regarding like production processes, stuff like that for Steam or Switch. I mean, you know, you've got Tyler here who has that. If you have questions about the game, Tyler and I both should be able to answer them, although he has a little more time than I do, because I'm busy panicking. But feel free to ask, guys.
Absolutely, yeah. Just don't ask me what my favorite Final Fantasy is. I can't answer that. And that the whole flex will go.
Yes, it is. Yo, Ozzy Cards fan, what's going on, man? Let's see how much I can remember on this. Northwest corners. So I actually have notes, and I will admit that at this point in the game, I am actually relying off of the notes. Go south, past the wind block, go up.
I feel like the main note in this level is just use Chi-Wave.
No, it's actually the where do you go and when?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Combat's not too bad.
Right. This is we sort of designed this dungeon as a way to start teaching you about different sorts of immunities and resistances monsters will have. So, for instance, we start that in the Misty Woods to some degree with the thieves having high evasion, but physical evasion, that is. But there's a lot of monsters here that, one, use magic, and that's pretty rare in lore and in gameplay up to this point. And two, you have like these ghost enemies which literally can't take physical damage. So you have to figure out, okay, how do I damage them? And you find out that Chi Wave.
Also Flare.
Scavenger, so Steam is pretty easy to get on. Because when we got on Steam, we went through Greenlight. That was like sort of at the twilight of that whole process. We did a Kickstarter and we did Greenlight at the same time, and that funneled a lot of traffic, and we got voted on. But as far as getting on Switch, it's quite tricky because Nintendo runs sort of a tight ship. They curate their products a lot harder. So they weren't going to send us developer kits. We got a publisher, Circle Entertainment, based out of China, who's published a lot of great games. Like they published World to the West, Mercenary Sagas. I'm forgetting some of them, but you should check out. They've done a pretty impressive catalog. And so they pretty much handled all that for us. I couldn't tell you what the process is. I just know that Nintendo curates their products hard. We actually...
and this made the cut.
Yeah, it did. It's funny when... If
Sorry.
we can do it, you can too. Cirque's a reputable company, so having them on our side definitely helps. And they sort of handled all the background information. So when we submitted this game, Build 1.0 was the pre-release build that we sent out to reviewers. And it had a few things that we needed to clean up. So we actually did submit a patch about a week before game release. But it got kind of clogged up in the infrastructure of Nintendo, and it ended up taking 2 weeks for it to release. And that just kind of shows like how thorough and tight a ship that Nintendo runs. As opposed to like Steam, if we find out there's an issue, we can literally get a patch up in like 15 minutes if it's a quick fix,
Yeah, Scav, if you want to get on the call to read out stuff out loud or things like that, you're more than welcome to join us. This is, my PB is 3 hours and 25 minutes. I'm currently on pace for 3:26 right now. So we're going to have some time to get intimate. Was that a bad choice of words? I feel like that was. I'll interpret the silence as a yes.
Yeah, Scav, if you have any questions for it, man, feel free to hit me up on Discord or join my Discord. There's a lot of, like, a 5-man team. We like to talk about this stuff all the time. And a lot of other indie developers, and yeah, I'm always happy to help people. I've been through the trenches, so to speak. So I kind of have some knowledge on that, I guess. But yeah, being on Switch is like a dream come true, man. I've been a Nintendo fan since I was a baby, like a little kid, when I saw my older sister play Super Mario Brothers. So, like, it's pretty surreal to see people play it.
Word.
Yeah, Dan's just like getting through this dungeon pretty quickly.
There were enemies there? Anyway, this is the next boss, which is why I saved. This should be safe. I don't think we're at risk of like losing, like dying, but it does. The Wind Wraith is very capable of trolling.
Yeah. This is actually like sort of the final exam for the dungeon. So the dungeon's based on monsters that can't be harmed by certain types of damage. I would say this boss sort of like tests you on that skill set. So he
poison
has,
here.
She has a gimmick. Well, Dan
Poison?
can probably explain it.
So this is a 5-turn pattern. You saw it charge up and become invulnerable. So now it won't take any damage.
Yeah, so Dan's just gonna sort of build up.
So it's going to be a turn where I can't really do anything. It's going to the Wind Wraith's turn is going to be to release a charge. And now, after it's charged, it's going to fire off a very powerful attack. And we actually got the lightning badge because Azrael cannot survive it. We got Wraith card. That's actually really good luck.
Nice.
That's why rejuvenated. And now it's going to do 2 more attacks out of a pool of a few that can be of varying levels of bad.
Yeah, Shriek is probably your best roll.
Yes.
Oh, wow, crit. 1,000. Wow, that was sick.
We're going to apply the poison shift. Got poison. Shriek, that's good. Rally will stack up to 3 times.
Actually, it'll stack more. It only stacks for 3 turns. So if you're able to...
If I can get... funny enough, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you could, like, time it out so you got double up rallies for 3 turns in a row, you'll have 6 rallies.
Huh. Did not know that.
Yeah, a big part of the game design is that buffs stack in our game, and unlike like Octopath, where the same buff won't necessarily stack, it will just like lengthen the amount the buff lasts. In our game, like the buff will literally just stack, and it stacks multiplicatively. So if you, I can't say words, sorry. Nice word.
We've already been over this. We're Americans.
Oh, so check this scene out. Like, see how it's not centered? That's actually going to be fixed in the next patch.
I never noticed that.
We had to resize the resolution for this game, and there in the version 1.0 patch, there was a kind of a weird resolution, and the pixels weren't perfectly the same size. So to fix it, they had to get this new resolution, and this was the only map that didn't center. And and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna fix this in the next update." So there you go.
It
bothers me a lot, but it's what it is.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
That's funny.
You can see the stuff I care about and the stuff I don't.
But like, I just noticed something else that's going to get fixed is like literally when that crystal explodes, the animation for it is 1 pixel too far to the left, and I noticed like it moves a pixel to the left.
I also noticed one thing I noticed and I thought was intentional is the sound effect for when you get the wind crystal is really disappointing. It's identical to a potion.
Oh yeah,
it's just the item get sound,
you know.
and I'm like, is that on purpose?
Well, I think that stuff was just sort of like added in like final passes before the game releases.
Makes sense.
We commissioned, probably, I don't know, 50 unique sound effects from a guy named Austin Shannon, I believe his name was. He had actually done the sound.
I don't know. You guys are the one that made this. It would be really weird if I knew.
Well, Austin Shannon actually had worked on South Park Stick of Truth, so he's like a really impressive sound effect guy.
Yeah, he's able to make all sorts of pooping and crass sound effects and farts,
Yeah.
Do all of that.
But, when you're an indie developer, there's only so many resources you got, and so you got to be smart reusing them. So, yeah, it probably was a thing where it's like, oh, man, this needs a sound effect. Okay, potion sound, It's like we could commission another sound effect and pay another $50, but these are just decisions you make,
I guess. Which comes up again as I'm going to make fun of you guys later on. You know the
gold split, man.
Yes, 6 seconds. I don't know. Oh, all the crits. It was all the crits.
Right.
So this is actually a change of pace, and this is a point where I've been arguing with Tyler about regarding balance. Because I'm convinced that the guards in this upcoming sequence behave differently on the Switch version compared to Steam.
You know what I think it is, Dan? You know what I think I figured out? But what's different is that unlike the Steam version, where when you go into the menu, it affects their position. I think when you go into the menu, I
almost went through the tutorial.
Oh man, yeah, they don't move when you're in the menu, I think, or something like that, but.
They'll get disconnected with each other. That's the point where I think it's...
Just safety save, dude.
I know.
Yeah, it's very important that Dan gets through this section without getting caught once. It's like, if he doesn't do it, he'll have to reset.
It is actually a run killer. I have to go all the way back.
Yeah, so it's going to safety save. There's actually, I don't know how it is on this. I mean, you're probably right that it is a little different. But I know on the PC version, when people were running the pirate run, which ends about 8 minutes from here, 4 minutes or so, they would have a strat where they could one turn all the patterns of guards. It was extremely YOLO, but it was pretty sick. I think on longer runs, people will have to be a little safer though. Unless you're feeling it, Dan.
Yeah, let's do that. Something I haven't practiced in a marathon. Let's file that under bad ideas.
Right. I remember when Dole Wolf ran this at RPG Limit Break, the sneaking section gave him a lot of trouble.
Actually, I'm going to do this.
Man. He was nervous. I mean, I was nervous too, because there was we got
You didn't have your hands on a darn controller.
Yeah.
You know, I asked Scavenger what the swearing policy is on this.
Darn.
I can control myself.
Oh, this is a funny scene. So Luke is our scriptwriter, and I'm Tyler, and the two guards are named Tyler and Luke. And we wrote the scenario for this level. So I was like, hey, put us in the scene. Yeah, it's a dance and play it safe. That's smart too, I think.
To be fair, I do this on all my runs.
No, I'm not criticizing at all. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, these guys have.
Once I start getting a better PB, I might go a little more YOLO.
Right. Sure. Who do you put all the broccoli juices on? Do you put them on Azzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just kind of the glass cannon.
And healer.
Yep. Alright, nice job on that. So unfortunately, there was actually a cutscene skip in the Steam version at this point, and
yeah, we can't do that
this
here.
map in Steam was so effed up that even if I wanted to fix it, I couldn't. There was a guard right below where Dan just was in the docks, and he literally, his light didn't work. You could just run past him. And
He was also blind.
Yeah. And, you know, I told Dole Wolf about it. It's like, hey man, you could probably save, 2 minutes on this cutscene. And,
yeah, now we can't.
Even if I wanted to fix it, I couldn't. Every time I opened the map up, it would just freeze. Game over.
So now it's fixed. And the first time I was like, how am I supposed to complete this? Because I had totally forgotten how, and my notes were for the PC version, and I had to redo all my notes. Right, so that was a fun de-rust.
Right.
So now we have to go through this cutscene.
Yeah, it's funny. They're basically just bitching about the work they gotta do. There's some crates on the dock.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us speedrunners bitching.
That's true. You guys are known to do that from time to time. This is actually a really fun scene to make. I ended up having to do most of the scene design in the game. I would take Luke's script and just sort of take it. He was very detailed in his notes, but they were just a lot of fun. Doing that whole animation where he steps back and moves and slams into the box. That was a lot of fun to do. Oh, did you buy those grenades yet? Or
yes.
You buy them right before fire?
No, I buy the basic grenades. I buy to take out the shadow.
Oh right, yeah. Gotcha.
Excuse me.
Also, you might have noticed, Dan, that the pick a card is actually faster in this version.
I know DeWolf said that, but I haven't noticed it.
So what happens in Steam is that it hits one at a time, but in this version they hit all enemies at the same time.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the part that's faster. Okay. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I thought you meant the animation was faster, and I was like, "What are you?"
Yeah, the animation's the same. It just doesn't happen 3 times. It'll just literally go bam and hit everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just one of those things that happened. And I was testing, and I noticed it was different. I said, "Oh, it's fine. I don't care."
Pickle juice. So actually, this is a part of the game. So experience up until the win rate was actually very important. Now, not so much. Azrael still wants to not die until we can get Blizzard in about an hour-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But now money is actually becoming very important. The money route matters. And we're actually going to go on our first of a handful of very big shopping sprees here. Because I need to pick up a steel sword, I need to pick up a steel claw here from this guy. But now I'm going to need 7 toxic bombs to get through.
Do you ever get Tal in a weapon? I mean, he never
not until I get him mithril darts.
Okay.
During right before you kill Malwell, defeat. I don't know, whatever. Something. Plot. Oh, spoilers by the way. That's the thing that happens. spoilers in my speedruns? Okay,
Where you going, dude? There you go. Right, you're going to Blackline. More dev cameos. We name all the characters after all the shop salesmen. After
I had exactly enough. Oh god, D-pad, what are you doing here? Donate money to Scav. Donate money to Scav, D-pad. What are you doing? Why aren't you donating money?
Gotta do it. If someone donates money, I'll match it. As long as it's like, up to like $30, I'll match it.
I'm actually going to donate $1 for every minute I'm behind world record.
Nice.
So for all of you guys wishing me good luck, don't wish me too much luck. World record's 302, my PB is at 325. This can actually go sideways very quickly.
Right.
Even with a guaranteed 2-turn kill, this battle can go pear-shaped in a hurry.
Oh, Dan, I didn't know if you had noticed this. This is going to be fixed in the next update, but they actually have an AI issue. When they
attack like 17 times?
Right. Well, the thing was, when they use when they use Drunken Dash, the behavior is supposed to be that takes up all 3 of their turns, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
You know how I noticed? Because I've gotten killed by that.
Right. Yeah. So they said that's fixed. So.
Excellent.
Yep.
Send them more money, D-pad. I'm peer pressuring into more money. So that was some time save, but I didn't have a particularly good pirates in my PB. Still about 2 minutes behind schedule. So this is actually going to be the first instance of the duplicator glitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to talk to this guy, grab the duplicator, and I'm going to equip that onto Kellen.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how this glitch works, actually.
And I think I should have enough money for this. I'm going to pick up the feather, because that's going to be the cheapest item. Thanks, JT! Just what I needed for what's left of my self-esteem.
Yeah, D-pad, I didn't either, man. This is actually pretty shocking that he's doing it.
No, that's not good.
What happened?
I accidentally sold the steel sword.
Oh, do you need that?
Yes. Actually, heck with it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, it'll probably be cool. Thanks, Sadresh. It's, without being totally shameless, this game is on Switch and PC, Steam. So if that's something
for
you're into.
15 United States dollars. Oh, actually, I have to talk to the guy.
Okay, I want to hear you explain how this works.
So we're going to go ahead and equip the feather first. And now I'm going to de-equip the feather, and duplicator shows up on the list of items I can equip. So I'm going to equip the duplicator because it says I can, and it works. So now I actually have a duplicator on Kellen, and I have a duplicator on Curtis.
Ah, I see. I got
So what it's doing is it's pulling the list of artifacts from all owned artifacts.
Okay. Interesting. Anatory, if you guys are watching, don't patch that out.
Please don't.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't notice that, but I was testing.
Shut up, D-pad. I hate you so much. Just for that, you should donate more money to Scav.
Thanks for playing the game, JT. Appreciate it.
Get through this. It's, like I said, for a casual play, this is maybe about, 20-something hour, 15, 20 hours?
Yeah, 15, 13.
He's good at video games. It should be on the lower end.
Yeah, especially on the Switch now, which you can kind of pick up and play.
I'd pick it up, but I'd also crash, I think, the whole stream if I did it. I'm a little short on gold, and I think I need a heal, and that's kind of a problem.
I think you might get an auto heal after this cutscene, right?
You know, you're right. I'm stupid.
Yeah. There was another point in the game, I remember last night you healed, and I thought to myself, I think you get an auto heal, but...
You probably do, but,
It's a couple places I just put them in scenes. So maybe I should explain the plot here. I haven't really been explaining the plot.
That's cool.
Essentially, at this point in the game, you got Talon from the Wind Tower, and you're still trying to figure out what... Basically, way back at the first dungeon, you saw an apparition of Azzy and Kellen's father. And you've sort of just been chasing him, trying to figure out what's up with that. Kind of got some clues that Talon was checking out this magic tower. You found him up there, and now he joins your team, and he's going to help you find the next shard, which kind of gives you another clue, where maybe your dad went. Right now, we're just seeing some flashbacks. Basically, Talon was sort of a sickly child. He wanted to hang with the cool kids, but he just couldn't keep up. Like, literally, he just coughed all the time. So, but as he being like a really kind and just like good person, like she chills out with him. So.
Thank you for the donation, D-Pad. I am still going to order copious amounts of alcohol on your bill at some point in the future.
Alcohol sounds good. If I ever run into you in person, Dan, I'll buy you a few drinks, man.
Dude, no, I'm the one buying. Hell with that.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta like a year ago with the Navy man. I forgot to mention that to you.
You know, I moved here in December 2017, jerk. Oh no, you might have known me a year ago.
No, it was last fall. I just completely spaced out that you lived in Atlanta.
I mean, I just moved up the road. I don't think I've shown you my liquor cabinet, and you're not in my Discord, so you haven't seen it. So,
yeah.
Either get in my Discord, jerk.
Oh, I should join it, yeah. I'll join it, if it is.
I'll post a picture of my current giant I have like a full, entire, like, kitchen cabinet dedicated to booze.
Yeah, I'm more just a plain beer guy, but,
Just a handful of glasses of, like a handful of glasses of whiskey. I had one with lunch, and I was like,
sure.
I'm good.
Yeah, Savinder, man, you're so kind. I really appreciate that. And I hope this stream is helping you out, man. I don't know you personally, but you seem like a really cool dude.
Well, if you're in his Discord, you'll be able to find out when he's going live, so you can watch it at twitch.tv/scavenger216.
Yes.
Why did I plug this channel I'm streaming on? Wait. Yeah, Serafix, the guy on the call with me is actually the composer for Shadows of Adam. So you're thinking all of these tunes are awesome. You can buy a dedicated soundtrack off of PC still. So if you have more dollary dues, first you should give some money to Scav, because he is cool.
Yeah, do that first.
But if you still have more dollary dues, because for some reason you didn't give all your dollary dues to Scavenger, you can buy this game.
Yeah, that's true.
So the party decides to split up. Talon and Callan decide to be 4-year-olds and argue anything you can do, I can do better. And now the two sane people in the party are trying to find them, and it takes me about 7 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, you grabbed the
Greedy Gauntlet? You need the Greedy Gauntlet's a requirement. You cannot beat the game without it.
It's a fun fact, because there were 5 of us on the development team.
So I had to post an emote.
There were 5 of us on the team. We all sort of had different roles, and Luke was our main map designer, and he would usually like place empty treasure chests in his maps, and then I would populate them. And like I had a list of all the artifacts in the game, and I had needed to put the Greedy Gauntlet somewhere, so I put it here. And when Tim tested the game, he didn't even know that path existed. Which is quite funny, actually.
Jam, we know what you have done to help Scav. If anyone has an excuse to say I don't have enough money, he says through the wall of frogs, it's you. Yeah, you do actually get a heal out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we are doing some new strats on the fly. I don't know if anything here is like resistant to thunder.
I don't think so. I know the skeleton guys like have a little bit of resistance to slash in general.
Yeah.
The mosquitoes are probably weak to thunder, so
maybe. But this is actually when we first did this run, or when I first did this run. This was the worst dungeon because this is when you first normally had 2 instances of duplicators. So not having it was awful.
Yeah, it really makes this dungeon a lot more manageable. This is like, say like a significant difficulty spike. This dungeon's all just about like like forcing you to learn like resource management. I think. And if you haven't figured out that you're supposed to be like offensive against enemies, then you'll learn in this dungeon. Because there's some bruisers in this dungeon. And no puzzles.
So you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me play with some of the stuff on the fly.
Yeah, I bet those mosquitoes are weak to thunder.
Not particularly, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It only did 148.
Oh, interesting. Maybe they aren't then. I just assumed because they're flying guys.
Yeah, it makes sense. We've played Pokemon before.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you play Pokemon, you probably can guess a lot of our. Actually, let me look this up. I bet they have like a 1.2 modifier. What do they call it?
You know, it's your game, right? That we're talking about.
I know. They don't. They don't have a weakness to. They don't have a weakness to lightning. They have a 2 times multiplier to crush and fire damage. So there you go.
Why did I do that? So this is showing the run mechanic on accident. You will have a 100% run success rate, which I took advantage of.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's nice.
I think there's like a few super fast enemies that can actually get a turn in. So, but as long as Talon, who's crazy fast, can outspeed anything, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Take a card. Oh, what the? Oh my. Wait, Scav, could you please explain for those of you who aren't in the know what's going on? Because it sounds like someone gifted you a really old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ice cream bar. So this is one of the reasons that I was I really should have looked at the guide beforehand, because there is a very useful item we'll be picking up in here.
Oh yeah.
The Wraith Band, yeah, and I totally didn't know where it was until here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like twisty paths, secret paths in our dungeons. Luckily, since there's no random battles, once you kind of like get through the battles you need to, you can sort of explore at your leisure, which was something I always wish I could have done in older JRPGs, because I like to explore, but I hate getting in random battles, personally.
Okay, so it was a new one, which makes somewhat more sense. Okay, so actually it's here.
Fun fact, all these gravestones are actually Kickstarter backers.
Did you kill all your Kickstarter backers?
Yeah, it's kind of weird how we did it. They gave us money and then we killed them.
Okay. You know, I know there's that like very popular meme of like wanting to die. I didn't know that was a Kickstarter thing now.
Getting coward. Probably sucks.
So there's actually a mini boss here. It's not quite good enough to get its own music, but it is very capable of beating the tar out of me.
Oh, the big mushroom dude.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a bruiser for sure.
So hopefully this goes well. That's a good start. We got lightning on an overgrowth. That was a one-hit kill.
Oh, nice.
I'll take that every day of the week. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, that's nice. Pick a card in the earlier builds on Steam was a move that wasn't very good. So it actually went through like several versions of buffs. Like I think the first buff we did was we just made it have a higher proc chance for status effects, and then maybe like in version 1.04 or whatever, we gave it that lightning card. So every other iteration of pick a card is AoE, but lightning card is single target and it does like a lot of damage.
Got it.
It was actually supposed to stun enemies too, but for some reason, like, that would break the game. Like,
Gee, I wonder why. You mean like break, like glitch it? Okay.
Yeah. So like, and we were like, is this worth like figuring this out? Let's just make it do a lot of damage. I was like, that seems like a fair compromise.
I find that I get it the most on enemies that are resistant to it.
Sure. Right. Like a crystal or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's part of it. I mean, that's part of his character.
Or Vasky. I get it on Vasky a lot.
Oh right. Yeah. Sure. You know,
lightning elemental. Great, thanks.
Sure. You know, just like a random idea, just add like in a future game if I ever did a pick a card mechanic, which I'd love to. Like it'd be cool if different items could influence the chances, like what % chance you would get different cards.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that would actually be really neat. Like maybe you could get an artifact that increases the chance to get lightning guard by 30%. Like they did stuff like that in FF5 with the dancers, which I thought was really fun.
Okay. Sorry, just spaced out a little bit. And now we're on a topic of ice cream. Note to self, I don't think I actually need the, I don't know if I really need, Steel Sword, because I don't think anything's proving resistant to it.
I think the only thing that Dolph used a Steel Sword for were the statue enemies and the Water Guard. Because I think they're immune to lightning, so he would constantly be switching between the Steel and the Thunder Sword. Because he would use the Thunder Sword against those giant birds.
I think this is the High Ether, which is fine. Yeah, High Ether is fine to detour for. My brain always thinks Overgrowth enemy. That's probably guarding something important. It's actually just guarding the way forward.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Luke, our map designer, because I just love how this map looks. I think it turns out really quite well.
I hate this map for so many reasons, but it's a good map. I just hate it.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to map. I mean, it's hard to run fast. Zoom, as you would say.
It's hard to slide zoom? Yeah.
Slide zoom, I like that, yeah.
Shout out to have coordinated.
That's great.
That's
the lightning sword's doing great damage.
Yeah, lightning sword's fine. Note to self. Oh god, Sathdrash. I'd rather not. Okay, that was the last enemy, which is good. I made a wrong jump.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You don't need that weapon.
So I want to sell all my surplus gear. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is a big shopping trip, huh?
Yeah.
So here's a fun little irrelevant factoid. In the shop menus in Steam and Switch, there's kind of a difference in the numbers it shows. So in Steam, it will show not the base stat of that item.
Hey, remind me, do you heal before the Zack and Nick fight?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think you heal after it, because it's implied that you rest or whatever. I think. Maybe. But basically, the Steam and Switch version show slightly different numbers. The Steam basically includes like the base stat plus whatever the item gives you, and I noticed that the Switch is just literally showing.
I've got enough. You need 9 toxic bombs to make the dungeon tolerable. Anything more than 9 actually speeds up a fight.
Oh, nice. Hey, how many brownies do you run into? Three sets of brownies?
3 sets of what?
How many brownies do you run into? Is it 3 battles with brownies?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they die
each
with
set of brownies, and they are my least favorite enemy out of a long list of competitors. Each of them takes up 3 bombs, but you can get to a statue fight, which is slow. You can speed it up with 2.
Yeah, that was another. This game was in beta for a while, and we did do a lot of balance changes, but the significant balance. We didn't do a whole lot of balance stuff in our patches, but besides pick a card was the blur mechanic. We buffed a lot. Like Taunt used to not be able to get rid of blur, and we would watch people play and they just get so frustrated. And then we added attack items, and it's just not fun when you miss all the time. So we gave the player some options there.
The wonderfully broken toxic bombs to get through Pirates percent.
Dude, you know what? We didn't even think about how that would affect the speedrun. We were like, oh, it's so expensive.
Or the early game, yeah. Or the early game in general.
Yeah, and then, like, literally the whole speedrun for Pirate percent became, how many toxic bombs did I buy? Oh, I'm kind of curious how this boss goes.
Because anything like last time, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to I'm going to get steadily angrier and angrier and more annoyed.
Oh, let's pray for some good RNG.
Because, gosh darn it, I need it.
So I think Dan's strat will basically be the same as the last second encounter. They just can do more stuff.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, missed an attack.
Oh, got a burn.
Yep, burn is good. Okay, mutilate, didn't mirage, that's fine. Lightning on him? No.
Oh, that'd be clutch.
Okay, that's Nick down.
Oh, by the way, if there's any new people in chat, if you guys have any questions for me, or Dan, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, so let's get cozy.
Yeah. Alright. Been not too bad so far.
It just went sideways.
Oh, did it? Oh, slam, yeah.
Yeah. Slam on my 2 damage dealers.
Get the poison on, that's good. I think the slam only has a 1-turn stun, if I'm correct.
It looks like it is, but you know.
Yeah. Tim was a big fan of that, like, just throw you off for a round. Like, there's a boss later that I'll give a little secret away. He has a move that seems like really OP and seems like if you're not ready for it, it can't kill you, but it literally can kill you. It's all theater.
Wait, which one?
Golem boss.
Oh, okay.
It's desperate. You won't even see the move.
I don't see it, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's actually the final boss FF7 has a move that can only do % of current HP. It's that really theatrical and supernova spell.
Oh yeah.
Which looks like it would kill you, but it actually can't kill you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Scavengers removed his pants. You know, your kids watching, that's probably not appropriate, but you know, otherwise, I don't really care.
Yeah, maybe I should crack open a beer. I'm already in my pajama pants, so that's nice.
Is it bad that it took me a few seconds to figure out how to do the first puzzle? I don't have notes for it. I don't have notes for that one. Don't judge me out loud.
That's okay. Sometimes when I'm testing the game, like, for real, like, when I was testing the Switch version before it came out, there were a couple puzzles I couldn't remember the solution, so I just went on YouTube and looked up people's guides for them.
She went to bed. It's 9:30.
Yeah, toxic bombs make this battle so much easier.
You mean tolerable?
Yeah.
That's what you said, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
That's actually... Otherwise, Otherwise, they are my least favorite... Brownies are my least favorite thing.
Yeah, they're definitely tricky.
They have blur, they have shield on them, so they basically have double their HP.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it's not much, but still double.
Right. Yeah, and the mechanic with them is if you can get the shield off, they have a good chance of running away. They're kind of like quasi-metal slimes.
Except they don't really give you anything worth fighting them for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like absorbing it.
Oh yeah, also I also tend to get lightning on statues a lot. I forgot about that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, fair. And I want to save the double toxic bombs for the 3 statue fights. Huh, fully speak. There we go. Yeah, I think optimizing the speedrun is just a lot of knowing what to do and doing that move quickly at all times.
Yeah.
And so DeWolf is way better than I am.
He's also like the fastest masher I've ever seen in my life.
DeWolf is ridiculous.
It's insane how like he plays on a keyboard and like when he auto attacks, I'm like I don't know how you mash that fast. He's insane. Yeah, check out DeWolf. He's runs a lot of indie games. He's really great. I mean, as indie developers, we love when people speedrun our games. It's absolutely amazing. And he's done this really cool tactical indie game called Children's of Zodiacs, which I would recommend checking out. It's on Steam. I believe it's on PS4 as well.
I have no idea.
It's a great game. It's a short little game, but I really enjoyed it actually when I played it.
Okay, we're good. Curtis lost 75% of his health in one turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is fun. You know why? Because I think there's something goofy with the targeting. And he just died. It seems like whenever someone gets attacked, they get attacked twice.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm not sure.
So when they can be attacked twice, they tend to get hit twice.
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
yeah,
that's
so
what I meant to say.
basically, there's 2 like mechanics these monsters have. They have numb hits, which basically how many hits do they get when they attack, and then they have a mechanic called double attack. And he has both, I believe. So he has numb hits, I think 3, and double attack 2. So basically, he gets 2 turns a game, 2 turns around, and if he rolls attack, he's going to attack 3 times. So he can get 6 melee, or like 3 melee and a ability or whatever. So he is potentially pretty powerful. But toxic bombs are going to make this way easier.
Again, brownies are the worst.
Maybe he doesn't have double attack anymore. You know, he used to have. That's right. I insisted that Tim take that out. Like, I just kept seeing people get wiped by this random encounter, and Tim was like, well, he's really big. He should be really strong. I'm like...
What am I doing?
Top right, left, then down.
You're right, yeah. As you were saying that, I was doing it.
Yeah. This is actually, like, deceptively easy. I've seen people, like, get super stumped by this puzzle, and it's literally, you only need 1 statue. So it's kind of funny.
Because in the in the PC version, you see that switch in the bottom right-hand corner, you could just go ahead and flip that immediately, and that changes how you do the puzzle.
That's
so
right,
I actually had to learn that one you actually have to learn that one on Switch. Because that, test, no longer works.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, when we were QAing the Switch builds, like, we were giving our porting team copious amounts of notes. We were being very picky and trying to get it really great. But there were a few glitches I didn't tell them about because I was like, I want these to be it for speedrunners. And that was one of those, and the cutscene skip were the 2 that they fixed. And the other duplication glitch.
The original dupe glitch is actually only possible when your party is split up. So back when you had only Azrael and Curtis is when you did the first one.
Yeah, so that's impressive foresight on their part. They're probably like, oh, this is a big edge case. We should just like not let you go to Guild. Which, you know, I'm like, that's pretty great QA. Damn it.
And then DeWolf and I were like, damn it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We needed that, guys.
But thanks, shout-outs to the noob, who's the guy on my Discord. Last night he was like, am I supposed to have 2 extirpators? I'm like...
We're like, no, you're not!
I was like, how did you do that? He's like, let me check. And then he typed it in, and then chaos happened.
My response verbatim was, quote, uh-oh. That lets us breeze through that Sentries fight.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Alright, JT, you have a good night, man. Thanks for the good luck. But like I said, the worse I do, the more Scav makes, so don't wish for too good a luck.
I'm excited that we met that incentive. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, now we can see if he's gonna be kind or not, because he wasn't during practice.
Yeah, tough boss for sure.
What am I supposed to do when my entire party gets paralyzed for 3 turns? Die? Other than die. Yeah,
just
okay.
Die. Just accept it. I don't know. Just like lay down in a fetal position and...
Well, they can't see that on camera, so it's not funny or worth showing.
That's true.
I mean, I would have if they would see it. Then it would be fine. So you're starting to see some of the pieces that, the very first piece, anyhow, Duplicator, that makes us run really fast, especially all the boss fights. We're actually coming up onto the second piece of that puzzle very shortly. The ability to double up from Talon. And here's why I was saying before, he uses more AP than anyone else in the game. And double up is entirely the reason why.
Yeah, double up is a pretty powerful skill. If you don't learn how to use it, you're missing out.
Double up translates to everyone, the targeted character gets gets to move twice. I can English. He can move, that character gets 2 rounds instead of 1.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, it just, it literally just, whatever action you take that round, it just does it again. But the added benefit is, if you do a spell that costs AP, it won't cost to do it again.
Yeah,
so
we use that, that is something we use in the end game. During the mid game, right now, it also applies to X-Fight.
Right. Yeah, so you'll attack 4 times.
Yeah.
When you start using Berserk in the Magna Sanctum?
Magna Sanctum, yeah. I think that's when you learn it.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Look, man, I'm just looking at my notes here. I don't remember when these things happen. I just run the game. Because we literally just got double up.
That's true. Yeah. I might have told you in Discord, but this upcoming boss is going to change very slightly in the next patch.
Yeah, you mentioned his AI pattern is going to change.
Yeah, it's literally just going to be what it was in Steam. Basically, what it is it's doing everything exactly right, except it's like a turn off. It's supposed to open with that Death Gaze / Attune,
okay.
And then every 4 rounds it does that.
Huh.
It's not really a big change, but that's that.
I don't think I have an ideal strategy for that boss. Left pillar.
Yeah, like just pummel it with spirit punches and lightning.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pray that you get picker cards that work in your favor.
Yeah, if you got a lightning card, that would be super clutch.
I can't remember offhand if Talon has better things to do, though.
Probably cast double up, yeah. So you can get those double up rallies on Curtis.
Yep. Oh, this is a toxic bomb. We have 3 toxic bombs, and we have something that I hate quite a bit. blast my toxic bombs, which is fine because there are no more brownies. Could you stop attacking? It also has the worst attack in the game because it can use Smear, which just sets various stats to 1. Thanks for that, by the way.
Oh my god, Tim is hilarious.
I...
It's so funny, like,
Funny for who? You?
Well, you know, we had to temper a lot of these mechanics. Tim is, he's a great designer, and he's a very spontaneous creator. And, we basically forged this game through rigid compromise. I like the game to sit a little easy. He likes it to sit a little hard. So we sort of split the difference. My ideal difficulty in a game is like a Chrono Trigger, you know, tightly balanced game. But anyway, so earlier builds in the game had like a few characters that just had like instant death mechanics, and they were just like, Tim, we gotta get rid of this.
Yeah.
So we turned to like this next boss is actually going to use a quote-unquote instant death mechanic, but it's literally just a move that does 99% of your current HP, so it can't kill you, but it certainly does a lot of damage.
Is it 90? How is it programmed? Is it 99% or is it HP equals something random between 1 and 10?
No, it's 99% of current HP. I think it's 99. Let me check actually. It's somewhere.
I thought it sets your HP to like 1 to 5.
No. Let me see. What is it called?
One of us made the game. The other one's me.
That's true. I'm looking. I'm checking. Death gaze. What's the Moraga?
Yes. Speaking of that boss, we're here now. This is a boss where this is the first use of double up, which replicates your attack. But I really don't have all that much really to use it on.
Yeah.
Spirit Pledge is my best.
99% of HP.
Okay, you're right then.
Because if you had like lower HP, it would still just.
Okay.
Yeah, Spirit Pledge is strong. Basically looks like he's like doing a slam dunk.
Oh, you know what Talon does in this fight? Instead of pick a card, bluff. So we can gain more EP. Derp.
Ah. Gotcha.
So he has 10,000 HP and we're already a good bit of the way there.
Talon's gonna die next round.
No, he's not.
He's got bleed, doesn't he? Oh, he rejuvenate. Never mind. Sorry.
Maybe I've played this game.
That's true. See, I'm telling you. I forget. It's like, what happens here? Yeah, so all these rallies are stacking.
Oh, good. I got paralyzed.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're gonna lose some time here then. Or I can get a lightning card, which helps. Doesn't solve everything, but it helps.
Yeah, the idea of this boss is that the longer he stays alive, the more he charges up his magic. Because every 3 or 4 rounds, I believe he does a tune, which basically raises his magic. So that was the idea. But Dan usually kills him so fast you don't get to really see his magic scale that hard. The early design of this boss was...
I thought it was always very weird because his magic from like his blizzard sucks. What is he doing?
Yeah, you know, it's because of the ice armor, which probably wasn't good design on my part.
And because that was my previous one had that really bad menuing before, and Zack and Nick was awful, and I had to go back. I just saved a minute and a half.
Nice.
1 minute 40 seconds.
Very nice.
So now we are in for another treat as we get to fight the recurring tertiary villain again.
That's right. Is this the hardest iteration of them?
In the sense of it can waste the most time, yes.
Yeah.
In the sense of it poses the most creative threat, none of them do. And Kellen and Talon aren't exactly friends, and this is a recurring thing.
Yeah.
So they spend most of the game trying to kill each other. Trying, because neither are very good at it.
They have to learn to work together to beat the bad guy.
I'm sorry, I just vomited in my mouth a little bit.
So story-wise,
so it's like they have to learn the value of life.
Right. Let's see what's going on. So this is a dream that Azzy had before the game even started. She's just like recollecting it, and she sees this really terrible dream where her hometown is on fire, and it's pretty bad. And she's like, "What the hell's going on?" So she's gonna run into Orazio, the father you met in the first dungeon and you've seen apparitions of in subsequent dungeons. And he's gonna give her this book, but it's just a dream, right? It's not a real thing. But she's gonna wake up, and to her shock, the book is gonna be right there. And thus she runs and goes and throws it in this valley. Yeah, no big deal, right? Nothing's gonna happen. Well, turns out what happened was the first dungeon you went to, the Tangle, that book like spread all this evil magic and created it. So we're starting to kind of put the pieces together a little bit. What happened to Orazio, what magic does, magic bad, and kind of the reason Azrael hates it. It's like this, basically harnessing the power of dead souls, essentially.
Oh, you know what? This was a question I kept meaning to think. I need to ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Why exactly is the town named Adam? Because I'm guessing that I, along with like every other human on the planet that's played this game, has thought Shadows of Adam. We're thinking Adam's a character.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Was there a particular reason that you guys decided to name the town Adam? Because I don't know if it's ever explained in game, and I could just be dumb.
I think I just came up with random names. If I was like trying to like sound like I'm smart, I would say, well, it's the first town, and Adam was the first human in the Bible, and so there's a mythological element to it. And no, it was just literally, I don't know. I just came up with names.
I'm sorry, I almost rolled my eyes out of my head from that explanation.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that was one of those things I'm like, note to self, every single time I have to ask that question.
Yeah, I think it was just that. I remember seeing like a Reddit post, and it like had like some pseudo psychology philosophy like reason for Adam being the first town, and it was like you know what it was? It was something like, Adam is the first town, and like isn't it funny how like the curse word in the game is snakes, and like Adam was the first human in the Garden of Eden and he was deceived by a snake, and I'm like, oh yeah, we totally like planned all of that. Yeah, we're really smart. I mean, this ain't Xenogears or anything, but no, that was cool. Whoever posted on Reddit, I appreciated that. I don't think that was the idea, but you know, maybe we're secret geniuses. Who knows?
Whatever helps us sleep at night. So this is actually the only backtracking in the game we had to do. They were surmised like, something with gravestones, and the only place to go gravestones is in the swamp. So apparently that's where they bury all their dead people, and by dead people I mean Kickstarter backers. So I know that was one of the things that you guys were very proud about, that there was no backtracking outside of this like 45-second jaunt. So kind of like to streamline it, like we were saying before, it's made for people that don't want to waste their time doing bullshit, basically.
Right. Yeah, that, you know, the game's fairly tight and linear in the main quest. In the end game, it opens up quite a bit, as per usual JRPG tradition. But yeah, we really wanted no backtracking, and like Dan just described, like they literally show you where to go. So you can really feel like you could play this game and feel like you're making progress in nice short bursts.
Yeah, like real progress, not like, oh, you have to do this dungeon again, but in reverse now.
It's kind of funny because when the characters are talking about returning, they even like kind of groan a little bit, like, "Oh boy, we got to do the swamp again." And then like you go and you literally see that cutscene and you go.
Also, there are no encounters for where you have to go. Like
Right.
the big headstone that we just went through, it signifies the end of all the encounters in that dungeon.
Right. Yep.
So this is Zack and Nick 3, where the poop hits the fan.
Alright, let's see what happens.
It's okay. Callan got silenced, which is fine. Callan can be silenced. Curtis got stunned. Why didn't Callan attack?
Yeah, and did you cue attack or rally?
X-Fight. I queued X-Fight.
Ah, dang. Add it to the list.
That is not supposed to happen. This fight is one that it's never a threat to kill you. It's just a threat to waste your time.
Yeah. You go for Zack first in this battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Nick casted Mirage on himself, which doesn't matter. Because that's why I picked up the M Shurikens, just to kill him.
Ah, gotcha. I was wondering what you got this for. That makes sense. Make this battle a lot easier. Yeah, and the third time you fight these guys, they like flip their weaknesses. I guess we thought that'd be cute or something, but there's no lore reason for it. It's purely a gameplay thing. You know, it's always nice when you can integrate story and gameplay, but that's definitely not a... I mean, you could come up with a reason, I guess, if you really wanted to.
He just healed.
Ah, damn. He's probably really close to dying, too.
He was probably really close, yeah. This is actually one of the battles where I do need to come up with a better plan. And he's dead.
Yeah,
he evades, which is fine.
I wonder if how much HP does Nick have? I wonder if you could just like
less than
literally
4,000.
just like get rid of him first, so he's not spamming.
I've debated it.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a good strat. So you can just ensure.
It's one of those things I need to do some research on.
Because he's not really like a threat, he just makes it harder. Because he's like adding all these bleed and stun and silence. Just kind of being annoying.
Oh, you need 5 for it. Okay. Yeah, that cost me almost all the time I gained back on the last split. Oh well.
Mm.
It happens.
Yeah, let me see. He's got like a little less than 6,000.
I think it's like 4,500.
Oh, okay. Let me check right now, actually. Give me an exact number. Wait,
Fine, 4480.
I can just look in the,
I said 4480, double check.
Yeah. I could just check the strategy guide.
One of us may have already done that.
Let's see. Shadows of Adam. Official players. Oh, Nick has 4,235. Zach
Really?
has 6,650.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
there
you
go.
can't. I'll have to finagle it. I'll figure something out eventually.
Yeah, you can't one round Nick, unfortunately. Unless you had something that could do 12, like, more than... Well, you'd have to do 1,300 damage.
Yeah. So now we are in entirely in backstory. Now we have little Curtis.
Baby Curtis.
And this is actually pretty important. We actually have a conversation here, and
Yes.
I have to turn down acquiring a piece of equipment.
Yeah. So essentially, like, up to this point in the game, Curtis has sort of been kind of just with the party. Not quite sure what his deal is. So this is like a big moment for him. It's going to reveal a lot of his backstory, his motivation, his connection to the cast, etc.
Yeah, if I take the item, I believe I get a 50% AP item now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I turn it down, later on in the game, it becomes a plus 100% AP item for the end game, which is really useful for the final dungeon.
Yeah, definitely. You put that on talent, right?
Yes.
Right.
That way I can use double up like it's candy. That is absolutely it. Spam double up because you need double up flares to just get through the game. Just get through those high evasion enemies that were causing me to swear a lot last time. That made me break out all my favorite 4-letter words.
Right.
Someone's gotta.
Yeah, so this, I remember being really intimidated to make this whole scene, this, like, sequence of scenes, because I was, like, learning how to use the scene editor, and this was, like, the most complex, like, sequence of scenes, because it involves a lot of, like, segues between scenes, different maps, different sprites, different animations, and I'm quite happy with how this came out. The next scene in particular was really challenging because I had to get the camera just right so you could always see who was talking. And, like, there was just, like, almost too much space between the little boys in the jail cell and the witches, or whatever they are, the priestesses. So I had to do some clever camera panning here. Basically, at this point in the story, they just find out that Roan, he basically casts a healing spell on Curtis because they're buddies, they're BFFs, and they're like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do magic. That's bad." And they're so messed up that they're putting a little kid in jail, and they're going to kill him. That's how bad magic is in this world. So now they're just going to escape.
Curtis is like, no, I totally don't want to escape. I love being enslaved.
Yeah, Curtis basically got chosen to be Knuckles. He's the guy who guards the crystal. And it's a pretty big honor, but he's very duty-bound. He's going to stay. And Roan just dropped a bombshell about who he is, and he said, if you ever find me, ask for Orazio. Heads explode, etc. And so there you go. So
And of course, you got exactly like 2 frames to see that.
Yeah, so Curtis is friends with Azrael and Kellenstad. So that's a thing. Now we're about to go through a fun dungeon with some mine cards.
This one's not bad. And crystals are weak to suplex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly. Okay. Sure.
That's just like common knowledge, Dan. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I guess it is for everyone who isn't me.
I don't know. I guess, yeah, crush damage. I guess crystals can be crushed, so I think that was Tim's thinking. The funny thing about the resistances in this game is like there's quite a lot of enemies with ice resistance, but the next boss is quite weak to ice, and you'll see what happens.
I believe the funny part is if you don't immune his damage, it's actually a one-shot, right? Is it an automatic one-shot, or...?
It's pretty much, yeah. Especially at your level, it will do probably like 350 to 400 HP damage to Azzy.
Yeah, I think it's
pretty significant.
I know it's a one-hit kill to me, I just wasn't sure if it was programmed as such.
It's not programmed, it's just programmed to do a lot of damage. Enough to make it so it's worth your while to figure out how to get around it, essentially.
Okay.
Actually, Dan, if you'll excuse me just for a few minutes, I'll be...
So what you're saying is I have to hold commentary on my own? Got it.
You have to do it. I'll be right back, I promise.
Okay. One of my previous PBs, I actually wound up messing this cart up so badly I lost 2 minutes to this split alone. And yeah, that's how you solve that. It's so ridiculously easy, I didn't even bother including instructions in my own notes. Because a lot of this, and as time has gone on, I've used it less and less, but I do have my own notes for this game. I mean, you'll have to like translate from how I shorthand some stuff, but it wouldn't be too bad if anyone was curious about learning this game to run it yourself. With that being said, some of the very easy puzzles are the ones that I didn't bother writing solutions for, and it's all of those puzzles that I can no longer do worth any sort of darn. And I'll make fun of him while he's not here in the room, but you can see all the really, really great minecart animations where they spent exactly 0 frames of animation on it.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I was making fun of. I decided that was a good time to make the minecart joke.
Ah, what was the joke?
About all the frames of animation put into it.
Ah, right. Well, you know, in indie development, you gotta save those bucks or dollar dues, as you call them.
Dollary dues.
Yep, dollary dues. You don't get the ice sword in this run, do you?
There's an ice sword?
Okay, never mind.
I literally have thought that thought so many times. And I'm thinking to myself, it would be nice if there was an ice elemental weapon while I'm going through the fire dungeon, and I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, it involves solving that optional puzzle, and Dolwolf used to use it as a strat to beat the golem boss until he discovered that the earth rune was near that last puzzle, so, which pretty much invalidates. He used to just like have Kellen do like a lot of like double up X fight stuff, maybe with the ice sword, which would do like really big damage.
Yeah, that would.
But it required solving an extra puzzle and fighting an extra battle.
There's more of the animation on the cart.
What's that? Oh yeah, animation on the cart. The wheels are just moving so fast you can't see anything.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
And the minecart doesn't move up and down at all, somehow. Magically.
It's magic.
So this is an item I need, the earth rune.
just conveniently there. It's almost like if I designed that for the boss in mind.
Pause, because I forgot where I was in my own notes, because I'm really good at this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you won't see the cool desperation mechanic this boss has, because Dan will just skip that whole form if everything goes right, which really
I don't think it can go. I actually don't think it can go wrong.
Yeah, that's right, because you're basically manipulating the boss's AI. So, and with that manipulation, you're basically making it so you can't die.
No, I think it's just once you put Blizzard on Azrael. There's no way it can go so wrong that you wind up losing the run in that sense.
Right. Makes sense.
I like how Talon, who had vision, couldn't get a hit, but a blind Kellen could, but somehow he's apparently not blind now. Great. That makes sense now. Thank you, RNG.
There you go. It's actually, in the casual run, there's a weapon that Talon will get, which gives him the ability to never miss, ever. He actually can hit ghosts too with it. It's pretty nice.
Huh.
If you combine it with the duplicator and extirpator, he can attack. He basically never misses, and he hits every enemy twice with every physical attack he does. It's really quite.
Or you could just do duplicator, extirpator, bruiser, and just be really broken.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Yeah. And if you gave him the spearhead, yeah, he would never miss. Just like.
Yeah.
Because that item can't, that weapon can't miss. Like it's in the code. I guess he could get blinded. It would affect it, but outside of getting blinded, his accuracy is 100%.
Huh.
Yeah, there's some interesting setups for Talon in the casual play. You can either do that build, or you can do the build where he just has like an absurd crit rate, which is kind of fun. But
I just use him as a buffer. He's buff bot.
Yeah.
So is Kellen, really. He's a glorified buff bot after the early game.
Yeah, it's funny. When I would watch Dolph's early streams, he would just always say how useless Talon was. In casual play, Talon's actually quite good. But in this game, always there is literally, like you said, to be a buff bot.
I mean, he's very good at being a buff bot, but he's just a buff bot.
Right.
We have extra double up, and I believe this is the last battle before the boss.
Yep.
So I can burn whatever I need to.
Do you go back to the save point after the boss?
No, I go to the inn.
Ah. Oh, thanks, Scavenger. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, send me something on Discord. Maybe I can hook you up with something. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask. My publisher's stingy with keys, but
It's your game!
it is. Well, it is, but you know, they published it.
Some more development. So my split calls this character bonding boss. Because I gave almost all of the splits quirky titles. Except for the water wraith, because I couldn't think of anything, so it's actually called obligatory non-funny split.
Yeah.
By the way, that did not help at all when I was derusting this game and couldn't remember my own titles. So this is the golem fight. The solution is give Azrael. Azrael has Blizzard. Make her really good at killing things.
Yeah. This boss is has AI set to when he's hit with any sort of ice damage, he's going to counterattack with pretty much a one-hit KO. And as he can't survive it at this low level. But Dan picked up this Earth Rune, and it's pretty much going to make her immune to any Earth type damage. Also, the nice thing about Blizzard is it lowers magic defense. That's it, right? That's all you do.
Yeah, it's literally just get as much magic power on Azrael and blizzard him to death, and he dies in 3 turns.
Right. Do you do Psy Blast at all?
You don't need to.
Okay.
He's already crit after 2 turns.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm just throwing attacks out there because it's the fastest animation I have.
Right.
Even if I decided to do 4 attack on another gold split, grabbed a few seconds.
Nice.
This is just a very clean game. Like, that's what I would say. Like, it's very responsive. Even in the speedrun, where it's just the worst that can happen to you is like Zach and Nick decide to stonewall you, but it's not easy to die. But like, and usually like stuff is quick enough, and since you can save anywhere, you're never gonna be like incomprehensibly screwed. So can you explain? And I have forgotten why we are now in 65 million BC.
Yeah, let's see. Do I even remember? No. This time... Man, you know...
How dare I put you on the spot about what happens in your own game?
Quasi-serious answer is that I knew I just wanted, like, a caveman town in the game. So when I gave the kind of, like, what I mentioned earlier, I just like, oh, it'd be cool if you go to these places, and... No, but then basically the lore behind this place is that they, were kind of collateral damage in the Great Wraith War that happened about 100 years prior to this game. It was pretty bad. Basically sent them back like a millennium.
So they literally got bombed back to the Stone Age by magic.
Yes, it was bad.
Okay.
It was bad. It was like magic is like pretty serious business in this game, so that's why they were trying to kill young Curtis, because the priestesses were desperately trying to prevent another event like this from happening. Sort of what kind of drove Orazio mad, which you'll find out about later. But
spoilers.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, the final split for my game is listed as daddy issues.
That's pretty much right. Yeah. Oh, we can get to the final boss. I have more to say about it.
My favorite thing in the game is, in spoilers, because it's a speedrun, who cares? Orazio tells his kid, go back home. Like he's not strong enough to be in the area. After all the bullshit you go through the entire game, killing off like mythical creatures. Nope, not strong enough to be in the area. Go home.
Orazio's kind of a dick. Oh, so yeah, you got that ice ball on Curtis, right? So that's gonna be doing some damage.
Oh yeah, a lot of this is Curtis just does crap loads of damage, and it can blizzard anything that they can't hit.
Right, because those flame guys.
Or can't do appreciable damage.
We're about to get the Bruiser.
Yes. So Bruiser essentially is burn 5 AP to get more power, and it stacks on itself.
So the stack is not intended. That was a little bit of an oversight on it, and it literally slipped through our fingers for 2 years. I didn't notice that it did that until I was testing the Switch version. Because usually what happens is you just use the Bruiser with your normal attack and you just do extra damage. But basically the code just says, every time you attack, add this buff, right? But it doesn't tell the buff to go away until the entire turn is over. So what if you had multiple attacks? Well, then it would just add the buff twice. But if you had more than 2 or 3, 4 attacks, it would just keep stacking it on itself. So you're starting to see where this is going. So later in the game, yeah, it's going to get nasty.
Also, we're duplicating the Bruiser now.
Right.
And when you duplicate the Bruiser, it tells it to do that twice.
Right. So we'll spend 10 AP, but do even more damage. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So everything in its general vicinity will now die.
Yeah.
It's wonderfully broken.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny because even Dole, who's like discovered like a lot of shit, didn't figure that out. I think it's just like kind of an easy to miss chest.
Yeah, you just see it in a plain chest.
Right.
By the way, I just want to show something off here very quickly. At what point did you realize that the lights and the entranceways look like lions?
Oh, I see exactly. Oh, that's weird. I think someone like said it looked like a bear once, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't make the art, but that's kind of funny. I mean, that has like really deep lore significance, but you just wouldn't understand if I explained it.
Okay, got it.
It like goes back to like the Odyssey and like the Matrix and Plato's cave. Trust me, I would explain it, but I just don't think you guys.
Did you just list off all the smart books you know?
I'm just making fun of like like when you go to college for your first year and you take like philosophy 101 and then everyone's like what I call like a stoner philosophy.
Oh god.
They're like, oh, the Matrix is Plato's cave, and it's like, oh come on.
Kellen just got 2 crits in a row, which was what killed everything in that room. By the way, all those, the reason I was moving so slow and like not dashing for once is because there are traps in that cave, in that one room in that cave, and I have a hilarious habit of falling into them. By the way, here's the bruiser. We have to actually go through a fight for this. It's behind this wall, and I have to kill that thing there.
Right. Yeah, easy to miss, but so good.
And that's why I had a habit of missing. That's why none of us found it, because we never thought to look there. Like, oh,
right.
What could it possibly be? A max revive?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, in this game there are purple chests, but they all contain weapons. Like, artifacts are just normal treasure chests.
You mean the thing that breaks the game is just in a regular chest? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get it, but we can't equip it right now. We also can't really abuse it right now either.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Top one up.
No, I have this one written down. I just have to remember what I'm doing.
Right, yeah, this one's a little tricky. There's actually one of the puzzles you do, and the solution you have works, but it's a little bit slower than...
I think it's like one move slower.
Yeah. There's quite a few of these that have a couple solutions. I don't know if that was intended by Luke, but it just sort of worked out that way. It's kind of fun to watch it. It was kind of funny because in our DLC dungeon, which I just sort of let Tim take the reins, like, all right, I know you love hard, just knock yourself out. And he made these like insane puzzles, and
is that the lost? Just to interject, is that the Lost Cave, or am I thinking something different?
The Mystic Cave.
Okay.
And there was actually an unintended solution where you could solve this like 20-step puzzle in 1 step, and it was pretty hilarious. It's been patched out since, but it's pretty funny.
Son of a... watching
on. You right?
No, I was talking about the solution. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always funny. You just never know as a developer when people get their hands on your game what they're going to do with it. They might see things a different way, might figure out stuff you didn't know.
By the way, question. Are the flames supposed to be immune to physical attack?
No, they're just really highly evasive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were the whole time, and that's why I was like, at one point I was just like flinging basic attacks at them just to move through it quicker. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, they just have like an evasion bonus.
So that's supposed to happen. Got it. I am no longer curious.
They go down like bitches with one blizzard. Can I say that?
I believe that's allowed. Scav?
Okay. Alright.
Scav, any objections to what we have already said?
I will refrain from adult language.
I mean, it's 11:22 at night, Eastern Standard Time, so...
That's true. Yeah, my wife just went to bed, so it's party time for me.
This is when sane humans go to sleep.
No, I haven't checked what's the donation total up to.
I actually can't see.
Because I don't have Scav stream up anymore. I just have the chat. Maybe someone in chat can tell me. What's the...
If someone in chat could tell us, that would be really cool. But I know we're already at the donation incentive that I had set up.
You've said way worse. You ever just lie in bed some nights and think about all the stupid things you've said in your life? I do that a lot of times.
I don't have enough hours in the day for that.
Yeah. Like, I'll go, like, back to, like, junior high and think of, like, really cringy things I've done. Like, that's completely relevant, but I'm like, man, I can't believe I did that or said that.
Yeah, that's not how you're supposed to go.
Ah, nice. What was that? So it's pretty much gone up like $100.
Excellent. No, that's also not where I'm supposed to go. I think I'm supposed to take the fire column up. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it does. I think it actually says that. I'm just really dumb.
Yeah. But luckily you had some movement errors on this one last night too, so the split won't be affected too much. Yeah, this dungeon is, can I say it's my least favorite? Like,
Yeah, you can say that. It's your game.
I would say that. It's my least favorite dungeon. I don't know what it is about it. I think Luke did a great job and it's a cool dungeon. It's just too big. Like, I'm always a fan of like really tight, compact areas. And this one's like very expansive. And I know why it is, because it's trying to tell the story of the level, which is like, it's this giant, imposing volcano.
I hope I have enough AP for this. I don't remember if I burned the last blizzard or not. Last blizzard I have available.
Guess you'll find out.
Yeah! We're good. $2,267.22. Nice.
Very nice.
We take those.
Yeah,
that is a hole that you're supposed to
the
fall
stream
through.
earlier, and you had some like super heavy hitter runners. Like I saw Cosmic was doing a Mario run. That was really sick. He's like, isn't he like the world record holder for Mario Bros? Any percent?
So we're going back to the guild. So this is the second time we're going to do the duplication glitch. Dr. Cossack, I mean, there is no reason you can't fix that. So instead of switching the duplicator, we're going to actually have the bruiser on. And actually the run no longer really uses the War Fist because we're on a tight gold route at that point. Well, I might have to edit that. So duplicate the War Fist, remove the War Fist, and we're actually going to put the bruiser in the same way. But now, because I have one copy of the bruiser, I'm going to put the duplicator back onto Kellen, and I can get a second bruiser. So now I have duplicator and two bruisers on the Knight's Mane.
Oh, nice.
And you get to see what happens to the next boss.
Go boom boom.
It lasts like 2 turns, and if Zack and Nick 4 wants to cooperate, which it never does.
I have a good feeling about this one.
We'll see. But first, some story.
So, this was a story beat that was sort of added late in development, and it was literally just because it was sort of like a twofold thing. One, as I was testing the game, I felt there needed to be something to break up the, like, because like there really is that whole dungeon before, and there's like small town but no plot happens, and then this whole dungeon. It's like there needs to be some story. It's just like a lot of dungeoning, and also there was like some story threads that I wanted more developed. So I asked Luke to write this scene, and this is sort of like the culmination of like Kellen and Talon really fighting over this like kind of central question they have through their story. Talon just wants to sort of like say, you know, F it, let's just throw the book in the fire, and we don't need to find your stupid dad, he's an asshole, and let's like protect Azrael, because obviously this has like really been hard on her. And Kellen's like, I gotta find my dad, like, you know, he might need my help. Because Kellen sort of like feels incredibly inadequate around his father, so he's trying to help him. Alright, now boss time.
So whenever you use double up, you have X fight for whatever reason decides to attack. It does weird things. And that's actually a 2-turn fight. This is unusual. He had 500 HP.
Oh, really?
Seriously? Come on. Like one crit, one out of the 4 or 5 attacks would have actually critted. That would have been it. But that is not the end of this split.
Oh, right, because there's another little boss.
Yes, there is boss and boss. I think that's why the fire boss sucks so much.
That's part of it. Yeah, you know, originally we were going to put a save prompt between the 2 bosses, but then we realized that what if you save and then you, like, just literally can't beat Zack and Nick, and that's your only save file? So we opted not to do that, but then we're like, okay, we have to balance this boss gauntlet, and so that means we're just going to have to make the first boss a little bit of a pushover, which is kind of a shame because he looks really cool and he's really big and he's supposed to be a big dude.
Fire octopus?
Yeah, I guess if we would have redesigned this, we could have had Zack and Nick fight you first. Then maybe like the octopus could have knocked them away, and then you fight the octopus. But anyway, it's fine. These guys are.
Nope. Okay, Hush did not hit anybody. That's good.
Yeah, on my New Game Plus run, I just have miracle badges on everyone, so I can't get.
No one died in the first round. That's not ideal.
Nice crit though. Wow. Oh, 2 misses though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't matter in the end. Tried so hard and got so far.
But in the end,
it didn't even matter.
Oh man, 8th grade, you're calling my name. Now I'm just imagining.
And that's why Dan is no longer allowed to stream on Scavenger's channel. And that is so weird that if you get silenced, you don't attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I actually know that.
That's eaten 2 rounds of attacks.
I noticed that when it did it last time, it only did it the first time, and then every subsequent turn, your attack went out. So something about like the initial silencing is like.
That's what it is. It's the initial silence. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
that's still less of a jerk than last time, but you can 1-turn that.
Right.
Wait, Sweaty, isn't like Yinzer supposed to be Pittsburgh residents? Remember how I said, by the way, back to the plot, how these guys, Zack and Nick, were tertiary villains? Say hello to the secondary villain again.
Yeah, he's kind of been gone for a while, actually.
He has. Maybe Zack and Nick are the secondary villains, but they're too much of a joke character. Plus, they were literally hired by this guy, so...
Right. And then... Yeah, well, you'll see what they end up doing in a little bit. This scene was a lot of fun to make, actually. I remember reading the script and just, like, sort of picturing it in my head, and then the first draft of the scene, it was just literally the dialogue and Malibu moving up and down. And then, you know, towards the end of development, we added all these punch animations and stuff. It was just, like, fun to add those missing pieces. That's, like, the fun part of development, adding that extra little polish. Fortunately, we never animated the mine cards, but we'll get it next time. Talon's kind of being a jerk right now. He's sort of giving up the store right now, basically.
It's like, my teammates are idiots anyway. Can I join your team?
Right.
You can't possibly be worse.
Yeah, it's actually pretty quick betrayal. He's like, yeah, tell me and I'll let you go. And he tells him, he's like, I changed my mind. And then Talon insults him, and then he punches him a bunch and throws him in the hole. So that's basically what happened. So Talon's not on your team for a little bit now.
Yeah, for all of about 3 fights.
Yeah, pretty small.
But we're back to some plot. And apparently Curtis gets his own cell because he's really cool. I don't know.
I think they just, I don't know. I think they just were like scared, so they put him in like a stronger cell.
I mean, did they build the airship with him in mind?
Yeah. I wouldn't think too hard about it. Yeah. It's so funny.
Oh, I need to move, like, when you get control. I always have a habit of not doing that, thinking that, like, he has some dialogue.
Oh yeah, already sweaty. Be careful with all those tornadoes, man.
Yeah, tornadoes are less than fun.
Yeah, don't really get those where I live. Mostly hurricanes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we get hurricanes, floods, ice storms for some reason that shut down the whole city.
Right.
Mosquitoes the size of canned hams.
Oh, dude, I grew up in Louisiana, so I know.
I am so sorry.
Mosquitoes. Yep. It's pretty muggy.
Why do humans live in swamps?
I mean, I guess technically DC is just a swamp, too.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
It's very muggy. All our summer gigs are outside. It's quite hot when you're wearing, like, pants and a polyester white uniform.
Yeah, I was going to say full military gear.
Yeah, it's
like full military dress gear. Sorry, that's actually an important distinction. Because you're not wearing, you're not lugging around 60 pounds of combat gear.
Right, yeah. Just a trumpet, so that's nice. But we do have to do, like, setup, which is going to be a little bit of a drag in the hot sun, but overall, not a bad gig.
I was going to say, would you rather do that or, like, a 5-mile rucksack run?
Yeah, I'd do my gig any day.
Oh, by the way, Curtis is Chuck Norris confirmed.
Yeah, Super Saiyan, Chuck Norris. This is actually a really fun, one of my favorite scenes. Just fucking...
That's a really good music for it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this track is cool. This is actually one of the first tracks I wrote for the game. This is actually supposed to be the Wind Tower music, believe it or not. And then it was like just way too like rockin', and what the Wind Tower ended up becoming just didn't fit. So like when I was kind of finishing up the game, I had this track and I was like, I want to use this in the game, I just don't know where I can use it. And we're like, well, let's just use it on the airship part. So,
I think it's that second bit, like the second bit where it like goes up, is where it doesn't make sense.
What are you talking about? In the song?
Okay, why can't I do this barrel puzzle right anymore?
I don't know, dude. So I just discovered something on your stream last night. There's a reset switch, but it's like not visible. You see how the barrels reset? I don't know why, but literally the switch isn't showing, so I just noted that.
Okay, I'm just really stupid, because that's not a hard puzzle.
No. So, second one up and then that left, yeah.
Yeah, I don't... that, for whatever reason, it gives me trouble, and it shouldn't, under any circumstance. So these soldiers aren't that big of a problem. We don't have to. We can basically burn through all of Kellen's AP below their defense. And it used to be that you want to use lightning, but because Curtis has so much more firepower now than before, it's absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, you can see how each subsequent hit Curtis gets, it does more damage. That's because the multiplier from the bruiser is stacking on itself. That was like that oversight we were talking about. And he's got 2 of them on, so he's stacking all sorts of nonsense.
These guard dogs are essentially wolves in terms of AI, so they do have that access to roar, which can occasionally make life a little bit tricky. Especially when they take out my damage dealer. Not at a risk to like lose the fight, lose the run or anything. Just at a risk for wasting time.
Yeah, I remember before the bruiser was kind of discovered, like Dolaf would say this battle was the hardest battle in the game. You'd always be scared of like having a party.
Oh, Azrael's now at 4 HP somehow. What?
Oh, what a crit. What are I missing?
How did I... What? That is the worst that fight has ever gone.
Wow. Oh, you survived.
That's what counts. I'm definitely losing time on this split, but
yeah.
PB is going to be
but
very
you don't have to
questionable.
really have an experienced route, huh? It's not as tight as it used to be, right?
Nah. I don't even need Ascension on Curtis anymore.
Oh, was that used in the earlier run?
Yeah, when you didn't have access to such ridiculous in-hand damage.
Right. That makes
Ascension's
sense.
actually
Yeah,
really
don't
good for
overdo
that.
Yeah.
I can still do it. I might as well just to show it off.
Yeah.
But it will guarantee, like, it guarantees a 3-turn kill, but it might also guarantee that we don't see Razio's second form. Might be worth it.
Yeah.
Plus, the more animations that I can show, the better.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty hype animation.
It's literally him turning into Super Saiyan at the cost of all his AP. But at this point, at the final boss, we have it. We're just going to restore HP and no problem.
Yeah. Oh, and so basically, this is when Talon leaves Adam. This is maybe a few years before the current events.
So he's blacked out and he's rethinking all of his life choices, and that's what he.
Yeah, Azzy was like his only friend, and she promised that she would leave town with him when he left. I mean, she made that promise when they were little kids. And Talon was always a guy who wanted to control his own destiny. And he left, and she didn't leave with him. And he was upset because one of his good friends, he felt betrayed. And he blamed it on Kellen, which Kellen and Azrael have a very platonic relationship. They're basically siblings. There's no romance between them. Anyway, this is where they kind of become buddies again.
Can we get to the point of can we get to the point of the game? We have something to kill.
Right.
So now with the Ruins of Lod, which if memory serves, that is the oh, that's the first time the whole game we bought anything for ice darts? Where did I get those? Oh shoot.
Oh, you got a nice sword?
No, darts.
Oh, it was a drop by Zack and Nick.
That's a thing?
Zack and Nick 3.
Oh. Whoops.
Like
that would have made my life a little easier if I remembered it.
Yeah.
I accidentally sold off the Mithril sword. Should sell one more. I am definitely losing time here, but that's okay. That ends the we are well past the point of the money route being complicated.
Right.
We have
you never use Anti-Up in this round, do you?
Anti-Up consumes gold?
Right.
It does.
I was
okay.
wondering if you would use it in the final dungeon, but I don't recall you using it.
I don't. I know it's a strat that is possible. I don't. I know DeWolf used to. I don't know if it's still. I don't think it's optimal anymore.
Yeah. I think at higher gold values, it does a guaranteed 999 damage. So it could quick kill some of those ghost enemies, but
yeah.
none of them is worth it. So that scene's kind of funny. There's you can see that treasure chest if you remember that. People who are paying attention will remember to come back to this place later. But basically, there's all these guards, and Azzy's she's amped up. She's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna blast all these guys with magic, and they're like, maybe don't do that.
We don't know how many guys are behind those guys, and the outnumber is 4-1.
Right. And Curtis is like, oh, just check this out. And wouldn't you know it? He found a secret passageway. He's like,
you know what? This is my least favorite dungeon coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a little underwhelming, or just sort of
No, it's because everything in there takes forever and wants to kill me.
There's that too. I like this dungeon just because of the music. I don't think you needed to do that first one.
No, I goofed. I can't read my own notes, which is sad because they're typed and not handwritten. If they were handwritten, my handwriting is just terrible, which it is.
Yeah. I quite like how Luke made this extremely long minecart ride. I think it's sort of wants to bring the tension. This is the most tense dungeon. You're trying to stop Malvo. He took all the shards from you. He's found the Wraith Crystal. Oh no, what's gonna happen? It's long minecart ride is sort of just that energy. And it's quite a nice little illustration. Now you're gonna start seeing these double caster guys. That's a new mechanic.
Or I could just kill it before we can do it.
Or that, yeah.
Which is usable when I can do it, but later on there's going to be 2 of them and we can't.
Oh, don't forget to skip that one, dude.
Yeah. At some point, I always forget where I am, and usually it happens here.
Right. Damn. Went from 820 to 1400. Pretty sick. Also, that little artifact where the numbers are still on the screen, I believe they fixed that as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, at least I mentioned it. I mean, the thing is, they just said they fixed it. I'll know when the patch comes out. But, you know, you just gotta trust the team. That they do a good job.
Of course, I could double miss, and so it doesn't matter that I have double bruiser because I don't have Warfist anymore on them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Warfist does help, but...
It's a trade-off, and I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it. I think it's largely worth it because it makes it more consistent.
Sure. You could probably run some ABs.
I should.
Like, at least in, like, the final dungeon. Yeah, I'd be curious. Like, yeah, not missing as much would definitely be good. And those extra crits would be nice, too. Especially, like, in the later hits of the Berserk strings, you could probably get, like, max damage.
Especially because Suplex is affected by your crit rate.
Right, that's true.
It is affected by Bruiser too, so it makes your damage more consistent.
Ah, yeah. Right.
Oh, you know what? This is an avoid.
Yep. Oh, you ran into it?
Out of habit.
Yeah, it's all good. I guess if there was like ever a need to like have an experienced route and for some reason you needed it, you could always do that battle, but...
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, never the case.
So, here's a question for you guys. Does anyone know what side of the road do they drive on in China? Or you know, what's, like, do they read right to left? Is it one of those things? Because I remember in earlier builds of this game, when the porting team that's based out of China did it, they made the retargeting, instead of like, say like you targeted the leftmost enemy and then they died before your attack went off, it would usually go to the next enemy to the right? But for them, they would go to like the next enemy to the left. And I remember thinking like, I wonder if that's some like left side of the road stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Huh. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I assume in China they drive on the right side of the road, but I don't know if they read right to left or how their language is read.
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm culturally illiterate. I should know more. All I know is that they're 12 hours ahead of us, so communication with the with the team has been interesting. Basically, you know, it's like noon for them right now.
Yeah, 11:45.
You guys are watching, Editori. Hi, by the way. Thanks for doing such great work. I don't know if you guys are watching.
Please don't watch too closely.
I was talking to him last night. I was like, by the way, there's going to be a run tomorrow, and you're going to see them use some glitches. And they're like, don't worry about it. We're not going to fix them. And I said, they're going to duplicate some items. And he was like, how? How do they do that? I just want to know. Like, I was like, I don't even know how they do it. He's like, I just want to know how that's possible. Like, how did that?
Nope.
I missed that. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
But thanks for making it so easy, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, more plot. So this is more flashbacks, basically.
Oh yeah, Curtis is also Chuck Norris and Knuckles combined.
Right, basically. Yeah, essentially, his only job was to not leave the crystal, and he's leaving it because his priestess was like, "Hey, you really need to come," and he's like, "Okay." Now he's leaving, and that was a fake.
Oh, by the way, this is my least favorite dungeon in the game coming up.
Oh, is it the
Shadows?
Oh, the Shadow Monsters, right? That's funny because you should have saw the earlier.
I know, you told me about this yesterday. I would have hated them even more then, but I still hate these guys today. These are the only enemies in the game that are so blatantly strong they show up in the final dungeon too, unchanged.
Right. Yeah, they just have like really like high tanky magic defense.
And they're immune to all physicals.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, in the earlier build, they used to do Soul Bond, which they would do it to a character, like an actual like hero. And basically, like if you attack them, it would do damage to that character. And the only way you can damage the shadow is to heal your character that was soul bonded.
So that sounds like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it was interesting. I never really loved it, and it had like a bunch of glitches. So like a month or two before release, I was just like, look guys, this mechanic kind of sucks, and it's glitchy. So if we spend the time to fix it, all we're left with is a bad mechanic. I say just cut it. And they're like, okay. In fact, there were a lot of those sorts of decisions close to this time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, here's why I hate this fight. I almost died.
Yeah, ouch.
And I made sure to full heal beforehand. And I've got another one of these fights coming up, too.
Yeah, they're tough.
Like, it's just not fun.
Yeah, so, remember how I mentioned way back in the swamp? This game is about, like, teaching you to, like, you have to be constantly putting on pressure, and the AP system is designed in a way in which you're sort of encouraged to do so. If you haven't figured it out by this point and you're still playing defensive, you're going to have a lot of trouble. Because those mages in the middle can double cast, and they have a shield. So if you're not, like, taking them out fast, you have some trouble. Luckily, Shadow Magic's pretty weak.
What am I doing? Video games? Come on.
Got 3 more battles in this place?
3, yeah.
This roll. That's sucky.
Should be okay. Yep. So we're gonna go get, for whatever reason, I don't know if you had a particular thing in mind for this, but we're getting the final weapon for Curtis right now, with more than an hour left to go in the game. Well, about an hour left.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So basically, like, all the final weapons you get in side quests once you get access to the airship, which is literally going to happen after you beat this next boss. But it was kind of sort of like that Chrono Trigger thing where, like, if you leave the chest unopened in the past, they charge up in the future. That was sort of the idea. And since, like, it's near the Wraith Crystal in lore, the idea was that it just, like, gained power. Like, Curtis talks about in the last flashback how just guarding the crystal for many years, he just got stronger. And you can see it in all those crits and really high damage he just did.
So that's the fight that before I would used to just grind, like, regain some AP off of, even though it's super dangerous. I had enough AP where I was just like, I'm gonna burn it here.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I have enough in the form of ethers that I can just burn them.
Oh, let me ask you, Dan, since you do the run. Like, you pretty much have, like, a good, like, approach to each different type of battle, but how much of, like, improvising do you have to do? Like,
fortunately not too much. It's just recovery to get back on track. To, like, say if you get stunned or what have you.
Right.
Hey, Bonnie. It's basically a matter of recovering to get back to where I want to be. I think it's just the right battles on each one. Doesn't matter for which one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Finally, that actually worked according to plan. That hasn't been happening.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Now that I have Forbidden Claw, that guy's okay. A single Spirit Punch takes out about 80% of his HP right now. And Flare does the other 20.
Right. Yeah, because boosts his magic too.
Yep. That's new.
What happened?
I went up 2 spaces instead of 1. Not a big deal. It was just like a 5-second time loss, whatever.
I see. Oh, this scene is one of my favorites. Like, to make this was a very challenging scene to make, but I was very happy with how it came out. It's just goofy. It's sort of almost like it's like almost a deconstruction of what you think these sorts of scenes are. Like usually like the tertiary, secondary villain or whatever. He gets all the power, and then you have the scene where he's like this terrible monster transformation. He's like, in this, he's like literally cowering on the floor because he's scared of it. That's a nice little twist. Hey Bonnie, welcome to the chat. Alright.
Still Kid Venger. I'm gonna save here just in case. This is usually a pretty safe fight, but, you know, stuff happens.
Right. I like how the guards ran away and now they're back. I didn't know how to make that make sense, so I just didn't worry about it.
I don't know, probably running away would have been smarter.
Yeah. But we wanted them in battle. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate that.
Tyler was the guy who made it.
Yep. That's me. Yeah, this was a really fun scene to do. I always imagine that when he yells fire, he has the voice of Wario in Mario 64. Fire! That's how I always imagine it. But I remember, like, when Tim was making the sprite animations, like, we were riffing on that. It was like... we had a lot of fun.
So I think this is the first time I deviate from the main battle plan, like that we used to use.
Right. I think Dove would just like do a lot of flares at first, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. I think it's much faster and easier just to make Curtis ridiculous as usual.
Right. Yeah, now you're...
Triple rally and a spinach on a berserk double bruiser build.
Yeah, it's also doesn't miss.
I lost 5 seconds total. Oh well. And one volley of attacks and Mallwell goes down.
Yikes. Yeah, I like how you're skipping like literally all the second forms of all these bosses.
They have second forms?
Yeah,
like, it actually, I had to remember that the final boss has a second form.
Right. Well, yeah. Now with the new strat, it's like way more reliable to like skip it. When before it not as reliable. Yeah, then he has a second form where he basically casts an AoE curse spell on everyone, so your AP regeneration gets set to 1.
I did not. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, he yells like curse. He's like curse you, and then he casts a spell, and then he starts like double casting spells at you.
Dude, OG Boss Cat coming in. I believe that's someone you know. Saying I can't use the SOA Discord.
Oh hey, what's up, Boss Cat? Is that Tion? She's one of the people at Cirque. One of
Please don't pay too hard. Please don't look at the glitches too closely. Don't ask why I have 2 duplicators.
There's no glitches in this speedrun.
No. This is 80% glitchless.
That's right.
I waved even though I don't have my camera on. I'm stupid.
Yeah, Boss Cat is works for Cirque. Helps with our marketing and other things. I think she does localization as well. Correct.
So yeah, this is Switch. I have the Switch world record by default because no one else has ever run it. The actual world record is 3 hours and 2 minutes by DeWolf, and that's actually the barometer by which I'm judging myself as far as how much I donate. So I'm 1 minute and 8 seconds behind my PB.
So you think you were saying earlier that you think that the Switch version could eventually get faster than PC?
I think it is
faster. Why
faster.
you think that?
You have a similar glitch in Duplicator, and text is just so much faster. Think about how much time we've spent in dialogue.
Right.
And like each box is now a frame if you mash properly.
Right. I wonder if
So I think slightly slower combat doesn't matter as much as every time a cutscene happens, you're saving seconds and seconds.
Right. Yeah. No. The cutscene, the boxes go faster. The loading times on the map transitions might be like 0.2 to 3 seconds slower. Could add up. I don't know. And you don't have the cutscene skip either, or that puzzle skip. So, yeah, I'd be curious. I think with some optimizations,
I think we need to have DeWolf. We need to have someone who can actually speedrun this game do it. You know, hi, DeWolf. I know who I am. I am good. DeWolf is better.
He's just like the creativity to come up with the route himself. Like,
99% of this is me stealing his route, and I'll say it.
Sure. Yeah, I remember just like when the game first came out.
So this is like, our final gear up towards the end.
Right. Yeah, I was just like on Twitch, and I was just searching Shadows of Adam because I'm shameless. I was like, I wonder if anyone's streaming it. And I was like, oh, this guy DeWolf is streaming any percent run. I'm like, what in the world? And I like watched, and I see this guy just like breaking the game. Like, someone is speedrunning my game. Like, this is like the best moment of my life. That was like.
I don't have as many mega potions as I'd like.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
What's the worst that could happen? I lose the run in the last minute.
It's a thought that counts. Alright, final dungeon time.
You have school in the morning, don't you?
Me?
No, Bonnie. Not you. We
I'm
have
a 31-year-old man. I ain't ever going back to school.
I said you should go to sleep yesterday. Oh shoot, I didn't do that. I'm actually working on an online degree right now. So.
Oh, cool. What are you getting it in?
Associate's degree in risk management. Because, you know, that thing I do for risk management. That thing I do for a living.
What does that entail exactly?
Insurance buying, claims handling, bunch of other stuff.
Oh, you're like an actuary?
No. Hold a second. I work with them, but that's not what I do.
Gotcha. Okay. So you work in an insurance company?
Yeah, I'm an insurance guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's only 11. The speedrun should be maybe about another 35 minutes with the bonus boss.
We're doing the bonus boss, right? Forgot about that.
We're doing the bonus boss!
So Final Cut is another one of those moves that actually does, it's just exactly half your HP. Oh, I did 9,000 damage. That's kind of terrible. And you guys are too kind with all these compliments. It's actually nice. Child's Island was cool. It was the first game soundtrack I did, like a little commercial. I mean, obviously, like I mentioned, I'm a professional musician. I've done a lot of writing outside of video game space, but
Oh, you guys are on. Okay, I didn't realize that Cleveland is on Eastern Standard. My bad.
Yeah, makes sense. It's probably right on that crack. Like a couple new games I'm writing music for right now. Like the music's like super like soundscapey, kind of like this dude actually. Little Final Dungeon, but I liked writing Shadows of Adam music because I could write like more like catchy melodies.
Oh wait, no, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I done goofed.
You done goofed.
I know I done goofed.
That's all good. So actually, in the next update, there's going to be a small fix to this in the sense that that reset switch is going to be moved to a place where it can't be like blocked from both sides.
Oh yeah, you can actually soft lock that, can't you?
You can soft lock it, and this was actually something that was in the Switch or Steam version as well. Like, this just goes to show, like.
Please don't hit your father, Bonnie. He is old. Scav is gonna kill me eventually. Scav will kill me, and I'll just be like, I get it.
Yeah. But anyway, for anyone curious and worried about that soft lock, it's extremely avoidable, and also the patch was actually just submitted this morning. So once Nintendo approves it, it's going to be all good. That was something we didn't even know existed until like a week ago, and it was actually on the Steam version too. So it was like, kudos to that guy who emailed us. It's like, oh,
it was like, how did you do that?
Yeah, it took a lot of mandangling.
Oh, by the way, a standard suplex on a slime did 5,000.
Nice. That makes sense. Hurt us be broken.
Scav is a good buddy of mine. I am more than happy to multitask by helping him out. Helping to get some more eyes and shadows of Adam. The whole 9 yards.
That fight went really good.
It's about as good as it can go. And besides, you can always you can burn. You don't have to conserve anything because you just go back to the save point.
Right. That's a good point.
So this is the final dungeon, and it's also probably one of my least favorite places because it's just so long.
It's long, yeah.
We're here for the next half hour.
Yeah, in retrospect, we probably could have trimmed this a little bit. I think we just had a little bit too much fun designing this. It's a challenge as a game developer is to...
Sorry if you heard my elbow crack in the background.
Yeah, well, it's just like, designing is fun. But you can't design just for yourself. You have to make a good game. And I'm not saying that we didn't make a good dungeon. It just was a little long. I think we were like, oh, this is the final dungeon. We gotta go big. And
yeah. When I was playing this casually, I had no issue with it.
Right. Speedrunning,
when I was speedrunning this, I'm like, I have one dungeon left. I still have a seventh of the game left.
Right, yeah, it's quite lengthy for sure. Actually, if we had gone with my original idea, which would have literally been like a tangle, a wind tower part, a water garden part, a magma sanctum part, and you'd like refight all the bosses. But then they were like, Tyler, that's just like a little too much of it. So, that's why it's good to work with a team, ladies and gentlemen, because sometimes you might have bad ideas, and it's good to have a partner to say like, hey, don't do that.
Oh god, Scav is doing the Titus laugh.
Uh-oh.
So apparently, again, you're the plot guy here, but apparently Kellen's mom dies in childbirth, and that's why Orazio hates his kid.
Yeah, it's part of it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, she.
No, Dr. Cossack, don't buy Scav a drink. He is not much for alcohol. I've learned that because I was gonna buy him booze at AGDQ 18. No, 17. AGDQ 17. I was gonna buy him booze, and he said no. So I did not buy him booze.
Good for you. If you ever want to buy me booze, I will gladly accept it.
If you're in Atlanta, I'm just having you come to my goddamn house and access my liquor cabinet.
Sure. I'm in
It took a while to transition and give me control back. That's why that's why my voice reflected at the end.
Oh, I see. Oh, so actually, I was just gonna put. I think in that those treasure chests right by that minecart, there's a diamond armor.
There is. It's a diamond coat, but
yeah, you can maybe save money. I don't know if it's worth it though.
I'd rather save time.
Yeah. Gotta go fast. Okay,
go fast.
So this is completely off subject. What's the target audience for that Sonic game? When I see it, I'm just like confused. Like, who's going to watch? I'm not making a value judgment. People are like super hyped about it. That's cool. But like, who here is like hyped to see the Sonic movie? Anyone? It's like, I don't know, are you into that, Dan?
No.
I'm just like confused who the audience is for. Because like little kids who grow up in the 90s and play Sega. So like,
I think they like, because they still had access to Sonic games, just not the ones that we remember.
Right.
Just not the classics.
because Sega Genesis was my first console. I mean, my older siblings had a NES, and I got a Sega, and I played the crap out of Sonic. I loved it. But I don't have any interest in seeing that movie. I just don't, personally, for many reasons.
I think the target audience. I don't.
Is it China? Like a foreign market? Like they think they'll go big overseas?
You know what? I don't want to know what they're thinking because it probably involved a lot of illicit substances.
Well, you know, they took some feedback from people. People were like really upset about the design. Yeah, the inevitable train wreck. You know, Scavenger, it kind of looks like that. I mean, when I was watching the trailer, I mean, they are really redesigning Sonic Bonnie. The director said he heard everyone's and he's going to redesign it. Then people were worried that they were going to be like crunching and having a bunch of like poor, underpaid like visual effects artists like fixing the mistakes of stupid executives. And then they said they delayed the movie, which I thought was smart. Like, just delay it. Don't kill your artist. Make it look good. People will be happy.
Oh, you know what? I know how I goofed. Okay. Puzzles are difficult. Yeah, they're actually going to redesign Sonic, so don't worry. And hopefully they give it the time they need.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm glad they delayed it. Because it's not fair to the artists who probably just did what they were told to do.
Even if what they were told to do was really dumb.
Right, they're probably like, this looks terrible. When I watched the trailer and it was playing like Gangster's Paradise and Jim Carrey's in it, and Sonic's like a snarky action hero, I literally thought the only thing missing in that trailer was Will Smith, like looking at Sonic and saying, "That's what I'm talking about!" Like, if it had done that, it would have literally been perfect. No, you know what else they could have had? Will Smith said that, and then there was a montage training scene to Smash Mouth's All-Star. They did that. Like, perfect. But they did. Or maybe they are, I don't know. Oh, is he? Oh, holy smokes. Jesus. Whoa. That's, yeah.
I don't even think I got a crit in that fight.
Yeah. Nice.
West and southern. Yellow, red, blue. By the way, Bonnie, your dad told me what happened when you guys tried to use the Snapchat filter, and I died laughing when he told me. Because they are.
I don't even know what Snapchat is.
Huh?
I'm old. I don't even know how to use Snapchat.
Do you know what it is?
Like you send like little like pictures of yourself with like word, like a
like caption pictures, or you could just use it as a text messenger.
Yeah, and like it expires after a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But you just use it as a text messenger.
I see.
But yeah, I mentioned it to Scav because I knew the conclusion, and he was like, "Yes, Dan, your hypothesis was accurate," and I thought it was hilarious. Thank you for cooperating, thieves, for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm. Nice, that was a clean battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're releasing the Sonic movie on Valentine's Day now.
Good. That's the perfect Valentine's film. Said no one ever.
I almost made like an inappropriate joke about going fast, but I won't touch that one. Sorry.
He won't touch it.
My wife and I really don't do many things for Valentine's Day. We'll like go out to eat or whatever. Maybe I'll be like, let's go see the Sonic movie, and she'll be like, what is
I want a divorce.
Probably. You should probably just bring the papers.
And you know what? Like the judge would just be like, "What film was it?" And be like, "We understand."
Yeah, that checks out. Stamped. We're gonna expedite this. He just like sprinkles some water on us, like, you're officially divorced now. I have to make that joke now. I'll try my best, Scavenger.
Scavenger.
Scavenger, I'm sorry. I'm seeing Avenger.
I see. Yeah, because I like Scott. I'm a Scott nerd too.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Streetlight Manifesto. That band's great.
My uncle alleges to have played with them. I'm skeptical.
What does he play?
Guitar, but I am skeptical that he's actually met them.
Oh sure.
But he actually spent many years living in New Brunswick, where they are.
Oh, that's where they are.
Yeah, they are based out of New Brunswick.
Okay, cool.
Well, Tyler's in the Discord now, Scav, so we're making okay time. This should be sub 330. Maybe not be a PB, but it should be sub 330.
Yeah, we're still. Yeah, I was never in a ska band, but in high school I was in like a horn band, and we
like a
played,
mariachi band or
70s covers like Chicago and stuff. But I remember like in that time, it's like if you had horns in your band, you were called a ska band, even if you didn't play ska music.
Because you're a year or two older than me.
Yeah,
right?
I graduated high school in 2006.
You are 1 year older than me. I did the wrong thing. You're 1 year older than me, ish.
Yeah.
I'm 07. So yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah, because like, and in like late 90s, early 2000s, like I remember like, well, Really Big Fish had kind of their breakout with the Turn the Radio Off album.
Yeah, well, that was 96 was when ska went mainstream.
Right. Well, yeah, third wave ska, which is like an interesting fusion of like
It's punk with
reggae,
horns.
punk music.
Punk with horns.
Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's like that reggae like kind of groove, but it's like it's like punk music. Basically.
I know it's defined by the bass line.
Yeah, the quarter notes.
I think Scav wants to kill both of us now. All these kids all over Twitch. Oh, okay. He's not mad at us.
Yeah, the bass line.
We're kids. Scav, you're like 4 years older than us. Shut up.
Dude, I know how you feel, Scavenger, though, because somehow, like, when I was like starting out in my music career, I was very fortunate to like get a lot of great opportunities early in my career to play with like older, experienced musicians. I was like always the young guy, but now suddenly I'm like the old guy, and you know what it is? It's because I go to Super Smash Brothers tournaments all the time. So like I went to this tournament, and it's the first time they called my name. They're like, "E-Rave, you're gonna go up against Banana Boy or whoever it was, on stream." I'm like, oh, cool! I'm gonna be on stream. This is great. And he's like an 11-year-old kid, stars in his eyes, doesn't know how to like pick stages or whatever. I'm like, okay, this should be easy. Picks Little Mac and then proceeds to body me in front of everyone on stream, and the whole room is like talking shit about me while I'm losing. This is pretty embarrassing. And I was like, man, I'm getting too old for this. I guess there's a moral to that story, but I'm not sure what it is.
Something about kids being awful.
Yeah, I know. Nah, he was cool. I mean, look, when you were in 6th grade and if your friend like beat an older guy in a video game, wouldn't you be psyched too?
I don't know. Actually, I really should have equipped the Wraith Band on Azrael. Shut up, Dr. Cossack! You have no idea what you're talking about. You are not old.
Yeah, I just turned 31, David. I like getting old too, I don't know. Like, I can look back at my 20s now and like see a lot of areas in which I've grown.
Oops. So these guys have Final Cut too. Are these the first guys that have access to Final Cut? It seems like they are.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Because it cuts your HP in half.
Yeah, and adds what's it called? Bleed, yeah.
Which is like red poison.
Yeah, I think bleed is tied. It's a damage over time that's tied to your max HP, so it can kill you. So it's like 5% max HP. But poison is tied to current HP.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a difference.
I believe that's correct. So one of them can kill you and the other can't. I think if like you're at 1 HP and you have poison, it just like won't do anything. But I could completely wrong. Maybe
we actually used to get the crystal sword, but I've realized that at this point in the game, Kellen doesn't attack anymore, so it's actually a waste of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, it would give him a speed boost, so I don't know if that would affect things.
Nothing that I can think of.
If he like outspins.
Well, maybe DeWolf disagrees, but I don't think it's going to save me the 30 seconds.
Nah, it's not worth it. Into the end. Your strat for the next boss is actually kind of YOLO-ish.
Yeah, it is a damage race that I think that I almost always win.
But it seems like your strats are pretty consistent because I remember in the early runs with DeWolf, there was a lot of volatility. Like
Bruiser is stupid.
Blood.
Bruiser is stupid, and Bruiser is stupid.
Right. Yeah. Alright, so my wife keeps saying she's gonna trade me in for a younger model.
I think that works both ways.
Right.
Second one around and back. And this is another trap lead in place, or hole place. Hole lead in place is probably the better term. Yeah, I think I'm losing a little time here. I took it a little bit slow on a few fights. That's okay.
So your thief boss goes.
I think it's going to take a good amount for this to be faster.
Yeah. I think with DeWolf's strategy, his strategy for the thief boss is like really crazy. It like involved like buffing Kellen and getting a double up final light and hoping it didn't miss. And if you did it, you could kill the guy in one turn or something like that.
Weird. Interesting. I'm just going to load the cannon.
There you go.
Load the cannon. Missed.
Oh, I missed.
That's a good start. Slice. Critted. Killed Azrael. This is great.
Oh no. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm just catching up. You can still turn this around.
Yeah, okay.
That death gaze.
I missed 3 times in a row on this guy.
Oh no. Yeah, he's got high evasion. Ooh,
Good to go. Still saves some time, which that was a bad fight.
He's actually doesn't have much HP. He's totally a glass cannon.
He's
Like
10,000. He
you
has
said,
10,000.
Yeah, it's a damage race. It's kind of funny, like, when I was doing New Game Plus balancing, like, the HP doesn't really get much higher towards, like, the middle half of the game. It's just, like, the defenses get higher and their ability to do more damage to you. Have you guys ever noticed that in RPGs, like, there's, like, a sweet spot in the middle of the game where it's, like, it's at its hardest difficulty, and then past the point where you start getting access to more skills, like, it gets easier?
You guys
That's
tried
like
to... actively avoid that.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to balance because part of what makes RPGs fun is that you're getting new abilities and you're getting cooler spells, and by the end you have more options. And you don't just want your enemies to grow quantitatively, like get bigger numbers. You want them to grow qualitatively too, like they do different stuff. It's just hard to make it you simultaneously getting stronger while the enemy doesn't get easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah. That's something I definitely struggle with when I balance this game. But 2 more bosses.
Yep.
So
we'll see if I can get lucky on the next one. I don't think I can anymore because I don't have as high of a luck stat on Curtis.
All right.
I think that's what's preventing me from doing a 2-turn kill.
Oh, you need a crit.
I need crits on Suplex, yeah. Oh well.
Would a double Eclipse do it?
No, a double Eclipse would only increase my damage output to like 800, and I'm short several thousand.
I see.
Oh well.
Yep. Maybe I'll just get like a really great final boss.
Who knows? Either way, I'm going to be within punching range of a PB, so that's fine. Mm-hmm. Even with my early game being as ass-tastic as it was, I still shaved about 3 minutes off my sum best.
Dr. Krause, yeah. I've actually never played Kingdom Hearts, so I couldn't tell you about that, but I'll just say, like I mentioned, it's definitely tricky to find that right balance curve while also making the hero grow in tangible and rewarding ways. They clean that guy's body.
Bruiser is dumb.
Which makes those guys so irrelevant now. Those guys used to be a slog. Those giant golems.
Bruiser is dumb. I apologize. Eclipse is a seizure warning. Yeah. For those of you sensitive to that, I apologize.
I can patch that out, I think.
Probably should.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that. Guess it didn't bother us.
I don't think it was in the Steam version. I don't remember that being as big of a thing in Steam.
Yeah, it might be a little more augmented. Who knows? I'd have to check, but yeah, it'd be an easy thing to check out, I think.
I don't think it tracks anything by removing it.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's only a good idea to make your game more accessible to other people.
Oh, okay. Come on, I hate me.
Did you mess up?
Yeah, I stepped on the reset panel.
Oh.
Which, when you think about it, is kind of an impressive way to screw it up. There's one square that I can't step on, and I managed to step on it. Good going, me. It also used to be in the PC version that you could run while this animation was happening, the puzzle completion animation. If you were moving on the right frame.
Oh, right. You can run on the other ones, though, right? Like, not the teleporter ones, but, like, normally when you shoot an orb, you can... I saw you doing that.
You can on the orbs, but not when it lowers the gates.
Gotcha. It's funny, like, these little minor differences between the two versions. Probably the casual player is just not going to notice them, but speedrunners and some degree developers are going to notice.
Yeah, I was going to say the developers didn't notice it because clearly you guys didn't notice some of this.
Well, you know, I guess I didn't notice that one. I did notice like there'd be like the animation is like slightly different. I think in the Steam version, sometimes like there'd be animation cheats and it like just wouldn't play through. Wouldn't play through the whole animation.
Of course, it hits the shield, so it doesn't matter that it does 9999.
Right, it's still funny and impressive.
It's still fun, yeah.
Yeah, that was something that we considered making spillover damage on shields to like spill over into our HP, but we just decided not to do that. Yeah, I like that strat of using all those items.
It makes it safer. Like, when I start getting a better time, I'm going to cut it out. But for marathon runs, it makes it much safer. Just like, why not? Why not burn all the gold I have? Because I'm not going to use it for anything better.
How do you just running with that? Was it like it's like a frame thing, or?
I'm not sure.
Maybe there's a certain window, yeah. Remember, like in the Steam version, Dolph would be able to like completely run through the flame before like like glitch the camera in a way where like he could like.
You can't do that in this one anymore.
Yeah, but sometimes it would soft lock if you weren't careful, so, breaking the game completely. So let's hope for some suplex crits on the next boss.
Yep. That's kind of what we're looking for.
That is so good. Alright, last random encounter of the game. Or
quote, last normal enemy.
Right. So that's the Renzo at the end. If you guys have any questions about the game,
I believe it's a speak now or forever hold your peace moment. Now we're talking about marriage. As far as getting some questions in, we're going to be your last opportunity. We've got about 6 minutes left.
Yep. And if you guys want any marriage advice, don't ask me.
Or me. I mean, I'm the one who's... One of us, between the two of us, is married.
Nah,
the other one is me.
That's true. Marriage is
okay,
cool.
crystals. We can get this in 2 turns, that'd be great. I don't think we can anymore.
Yeah, you use Eclipse because it's non-elemental damage.
Yeah.
You want to know what it damage.
Also, it's nice to get some extra... I think I only need to do like 1 point of damage. Nixion, dude, thanks for coming in with the donation. So this turn, it doesn't matter if I get crits.
Right, he's got 8,000.
Yeah. Oh, great! He's paralyzed.
Aww.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Maybe Final Light could do it, I don't know.
It won't matter to get it in 1 turn. Nothing could get it in 1 turn.
I see.
I don't think. Unless I'm really wrong and dumb. Which is possible. I'm just going to make sure he's double up for the next couple turns.
Yeah, he's going to do some serious damage right now. Already Sweaty, this is on Steam and Switch.
This is on the eShop.
Yeah, the eShop. He literally had 1 HP left, isn't that funny?
Yeah, I know.
The Switch version comes with DLC in the base game. It's for $15. PC, it's $15 for the base game, and like if you bundle it with DLC, it's like maybe like $15.70, something.
Thanks for the help, Nixion. It is greatly appreciated.
Whoa, man, you're closing up on your times a lot.
It is possible. If I get a really good Orazio, this is going to be a PB. But that requires Orazio to cooperate, which is always questionable.
Right.
So this is the final cutscene of the game, because the credits for me have a bad habit of glitching. Yeah. Hopefully we fix that in the next patch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's...
Scav, if you did this marathon a week from now, we would actually be able to show you the real credits.
Yeah, I tested that this morning, and I got the credits fine, so I don't know what's going on. It has to be something that's... Because it seems, like, remarkably consistent on your end. And I know that the Inventory guys were talking to me the other day and saying something about there was a known glitch with the final cutscene that they fixed, and to tell you to, like, reset the game. And I was confused what they were talking about, but... Hey,
I'm still confused as to what they're talking about, because I don't think that matters.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, they said it was fixed, so... And,
okay.
They spin up. Because I heard like there were people, I was like retweeting people that were like posting the end screen.
And I'm like, what are you guys, what is this? I've never seen this.
What mad witchery is this?
Yeah, we are comically close to PB, actually. I've golded most of these splits. I was at one point like 3.5 minutes back. No, how far back were 2 minutes 33 seconds back at Zach and Nick 3, and I'm now 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, let's have a good battle. Just need 8 crits. 8 crits for Curtis might actually one round Orazio. But
I don't think I can. I'm actually gonna Ascension first.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to show it off. I'm not super concerned.
Gotcha. Actually,
My best ever Orazio actually is 47 seconds faster than my PB. So I have 47 seconds of time saved in this 5-minute cutscene.
Yep.
Yeah, OG Boss Cat put in the link. It is on the Nintendo eShop. It is also on Steam, although Boss Cat has a vested interest in you getting the Switch version instead. Mm-hmm. But I do believe that to Tyler here, it's the same for both.
Yeah, I'll post the Steam link. Just
get whatever was better for you. That's what I would say.
Yeah, if you don't have a Switch for some reason, it's on PC, Mac, and Linux. So there you go.
Focus, we're gonna
I
get a
playing
Switch.
it on Switch more personally. And stay tuned.
Yeah. Something classic. He does a bunch of stuff, some Smash stuff, and it's also going to be anytime he's working on new games. He's been doing some of the stuff with Shadows of Adam. I speedrun various stuff. I'm also a jerk in general, and I also play a lot of Smite. So I have a penchant for bad games.
Actually, Curtis is going to get some. Did you want a Berserker, maybe?
Yes, I messed up.
Yeah, but you get
I didn't like actually like ruin it.
Oh, does that Ascension affect the Bruiser stack?
I think so.
Ooh, plot thickens. Dang.
Oh well.
Final lifetime, baby.
No, I'm just lowering his defense.
Oh, I gotcha.
Nope.
Oh, there's some crits.
Not enough. PB is out. Oh well. Nope, PB is out. I think showing off Ascension did it. Oh well. So it goes. We're now at phase 2.
Yeah, if he gets the phase 2, he casts a shield on him and he gets these buffs. And he gets a double attack.
Normally, the final boss goes down in 2 turns. We are improvising a little bit here. Oh well. I finished 1 minute behind my PB. Exactly a minute. Oh well. Still a good run. Like, if you told me I got sub 330 is excellent.
Nice job, Dan.
A week ago, my PB was 4 hours. So...
Well, now we know that you don't use Ascension.
Yeah.
Because apparently it makes the game work the right way. And you don't want that.
So donate to Scav and buy the game.
Yep.
Do it. This is a $15 game on Steam and Switch, so you should do that. You have money to do both. Unless you are Scav, in which case that's why we're all here. Anyway, Scav, I'm going to ask, just for formality's sake... we are about 24 minutes over world record.
Yeah, this is a solid run.
Oh, sorry.
You had a lot of gold splits too.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I shaved off 4 minutes off from 3.5 off my summer best.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Let's see.
Now the real question is who's gonna get the first sub 3 hour?
DeWolf.
Probably.
Whenever he plays.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get his sub 2 hour on Children of Zodiac. But yeah, I'd love to see him give it a whirl.
I think he said he's almost done with that.
FF10 speaker.
Yep, and
that's
donated. That's I think a 10-hour estimate. Yeah.
I just remember because FF7's like 7 hours, 8 is 8, 9 is 9, and 10 is 10.
Okay, so, hey Scav, we're gonna let's just clarify this. We are over $2,160, right? So let's see how far the credits go. Drown Ball? Are we playing more? Can we play some Drown Ball? 4 men enter. No one leaves.
I get stuck here every time, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is consistently sticking.
Oh.
Oh well.
Should be fixed the next update, but
You can see all the other games I own and play.
Are we doing optional boss now?
Okay, we are confirming. We are above the 2,160 goal that I said we should be at. You can see Circle, something classic, Inatori. Almost 2,300. So, we said before there was a boss, and this guy might take a couple of tries. Just to show off a little bit here, I did a little more grinding. This is a kind of an account that has everything I need. Hand of Storms has everything I want. Another Wraith Bracelet, so I have 2 characters with 200% ability points. I didn't know there was another. I actually didn't know there was another one. Scav, thanks, jerk. Double Bruiser Duplicator with everything on it. So we're gonna go fight the super boss.
Wait, there's a dark theme on the Switch? Like a dark mode? Like on Twitter?
Yeah,
is that
apparently.
A thing for real?
So if you're level 30, and by the way, I beat the game at level 28. If you're level 30, this opens up.
Right. Crap, I'm doing this right now.
I'm busy being an internet-tainer. So this is Slime Island with no slimes. This is King Simeon. And we're going to be decorating his island with our bones. And by that I mean we definitely are. So this is the form he decides to take in combat. Audience, how should we fight this?
I believe you guys can think about your favorite SNES JRPG. Yeah, I just found the dark theme too.
Well, son of a bitch! I'm gonna have to find that too.
Yeah, just in settings.
I mean, I'm just gonna wait here until chat tells me how to fight this thing.
And I wish I could.
We can listen to this boss theme for a while.
Right.
Suplex. Ding ding! Yeah, we're suplexing a goddamn train again. So this is a super boss. He can screw me over. If he just wants to say we're not doing it this time, he can. He absolutely can.
Right.
Nothing is guaranteed in this fight. So yes, we're gonna do nothing but suplexing a goddamn train. DJ Magit, no. hopefully you're having a great evening, nevertheless.
Oh, dude, that's sick. You see like 4 more of those, and I think he'd win.
I believe, yeah, that's about right.
He's got 60,000 HP, and he's got 10 rounds to beat him. He's a countdown boss. Classic countdown.
Who cares? I have
boss.
suplex.
Yep. Oh, this is gonna do max damage. No
So the only problem is that I did forget. I need to.
Finish him off with Final 8.
Fine.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want. I think it'll be funny.
I thought it'd be more fun to just use nothing but suplex, but I guess we could do it the boring route.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Cossack, this is a super boss. This is another cool one. You can see it's strictly inferior to suplexing the hell out of it. There we go.
Oh, is that dead? There we go.
And I believe that ends it at a nice even 2,300. And now the donation total is screwed. I think I'm just gonna leave the victory theme. I think that someone could make it 2,400, but that will not be me. Thank you guys, everyone who is watching. Thank you guys for everyone follow my channel, Something Classic as well. I'm just gonna plug it one more time because I think I can do that with a mod sword. Can I not do that with a mod sword in this channel? I guess I cannot. Okay, thank you. Regardless, Scav, do you want to jump in? I don't know if you want to cut back to your stream and kick Tyler and I out of your channel, or how you want to handle this. But I do believe SkavThon is over.
Yeah, thanks for including me, Dan. Thanks for the run. And
thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for all your help, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Well, Scav, hope this marathon was good for you, man. I'm gonna actually head to bed now. It's 1 o'clock.
Good night, dude.
And have a good one.
Take care.
Yeah, see you, Dan. All right. Bye. Bye, everyone.
All right, Scav, let me know what you want to do. Okay, fine. What I think you should do is you should get your butt on here, so you can go ahead and close us out and send us on our merry way. No, yeah, like I said, follow if you like what you saw. The usual thing, follow my channel. Super appreciated. Buy Shadows of Adam. This game is really good. Tyler is no longer on the call, but really fun JRPG modern take. And like I said, thank you for having me. Thank you for everything. Take care, and I'm gonna sign off. Night, everybody.
Apparently, I had my mic turned on, so you guys probably couldn't hear me. Anyways, I was saying that was Shadows of Adam by Dangodofthunder. And thank you so much, Dan, for the run, and thank you so much to Tyler for joining him and providing some developer insight into that game. That was really, really awesome. And as far as what I've seen a couple people say in chat about another SkavThon, I'll just actually officially announce it right now. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and this marathon was just fucking amazing. So, next year I will do another one of these, and as Dan just said, we will be doing it for charity next year. We did this one to get me and my kid out of a bad situation, and next year we will try to pay it forward by doing this again for charity. So thank you everybody who's hung out and watched and donated and everything. Like, it was everybody throughout this weekend that made this marathon so amazing. It wasn't me. Like, all I did was pick the game list and push buttons. It was all of you guys that are responsible for everything. We were going to do a Perler giveaway tonight. However, I think Fig fell asleep, maybe? I don't know. I haven't gotten any response. So we're going to scratch that for tonight. We do have some Perlers to give away to people that donated throughout the marathon. We will go through the list, and we were going to randomly draw it based on donation amounts, different thresholds for different Perler packages. We'll go through and figure all those out and pick the names, and I will contact the people that we pick to get your shipping info so we can ship you off some Perlers as a thank you for hanging out and sticking around, because yeah, this has been awesome again. Oh my god. Like, I'm speechless right now. Like, seriously. This has been so insane. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, seemed to blur by so fast, but 3 days in the books and we are done. I seriously don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I cannot thank everybody in this awesome community of ours enough. You guys seriously kick ass. I thank you personally for everything, helping me out. I'm sure my daughter thanks you as well if you want to say something, Sky.
Thank you.
Now get to bed.
No! You can't make me.
And yeah, on that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut out and get some much needed sleep because I am running on fumes. Thank you again, everybody, and I will be back streaming on my channel very, very soon, sometime this week. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.